welcome one and all to the Race Spec Pacific Saturday Endurance Tier at round 11 at the Marina Bay Street Track in Singapore. This lovely evening night circuit, 5 kilometers around this tight, twisty 90-degree corner circuit. There's very little elevation change around here, and it's a very tough track on the brakes. And with me today, I have the amazing Tent Sandals. Hey Tent, how are you doing?
I am doing amazing as always. We're at Singapore tonight. I'm keen. Another one of my most favourite tracks, the street circuit. I'm so keen just to see how all the boys go.
Yes, yeah, and we've been, of course, this track here is replacing Russia due to obvious reasons, which we won't go too much into that because we're not about the politics here. We're just about enjoying the racing. Yeah, and the boys had a vote. They got to choose between which track we were going to do, and it was a pretty close one between Silverstone and Singapore, and it went to the Singapore straight away in the chat there. Jay Weatherman. Oh no, that's Jay. I thought his name was Jay Weatherman. The Weatherman says dry race. Oh, I mean, we're kind of hoping for a wet one, but yeah, that's all right. We'll take the dry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even in dry, we're gonna see some awesome racing around here, as we have a couple of drivers starting to come out and set their first laps.
Yeah, there's quite a few new faces around today. And maybe you want to just take us through a quick what we've got going on here in the lineup, 10.
Yeah, so we've got 6 reserves tonight filling in. We've got Glorious Noodle, who is in the Williams, Heisenberg in the AlphaTauri. I don't know how to pronounce this one. How would you pronounce it?
I'll go Laquito Yaya. Laquito
Yaya in the Haas. Alright, so that's what we're going with tonight. My name is Jeff. I own the Alfa Romeo. Drax in the Williams, and Rip the Beans is in the McLaren.
Yeah, so a few, obviously, last week, yes, dry says Ferrari Pro. I mean, yes, yeah, I bet you're all cheering that it's dry. I know there's a couple of drivers like that, like Zach, who would much prefer the wet, but, we had the combinings of Tier 1 and Tier 2 last week, and so there's plenty of drivers now, and I think we're going to see full grids every race, but everyone now fighting for a spot in here in this lobby. I think there's over 30 drivers now, so yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Lots of cars on track.
Yeah, full grid. Love to see it, especially around a track like this. I reckon it should create some very good racing.
Yeah, first car on track coming around the penultimate corner now. Laquito Yaya on the medium tire in the Haas. So this will be interesting to see. Take us around a lap of this lovely circuit. Yeah,
definitely will. He's coming down the main straight. We should see him come all the way to the edge of the circuit. Doesn't really. You can take tons of that first curb, a fair bit of that second one, and this third one, not much. But you got to be super careful on the exit, which he does. He takes it very nicely, doesn't lose the rear end at all. Uses all the track width there, beautifully done. Ooh, accidentally gets off the DRS there by pressing it twice by the look, so you had to get back on it. But that's alright. Another fun corner, you can take tons of that inside curb and a lot of that outside curb, but takes it very cautiously and nice. Another fun corner here. It's just every corner's fun around here, I reckon. Now we're on to the second straight, I guess you could call it. Also a very dangerous spot here. You can hit that outside wall easily and bin it pretty badly. Not many overtaking opportunities, but one that's coming up is this next straight with this hairpin just before it. Granted, I don't think we'll see too many overtakes down here as the DRS just isn't great. Now we come into the next corner. He takes it beautifully. Got to keep that rear end in check as he does. Now we are coming into the final sector and get really close to that wall. He does beautifully, and then straight into turns 15, 16, 17. Takes that awesome as well. Now 18 and turns 2021, I mean, and then 22, 23, I guess, with that corner. Beautifully done all the way to the edge. DRS activated. A solid lap with a 39.7 on those mediums.
Yeah, we saw Ventani there going P1 at the moment on the soft tyre. Oh yes, Glorious Noodle. Looks like he just got a little bit hot around the bridge section, and he's already out of this session. Unfortunately, not a good way. Hey there, Carl Dyer in the chat. How are you doing? Yeah, Glorious Noodle out already. See another couple of yellow flags around the track. Plenty of guys warming their tyres. Yeah, not a good way to start off qualifying for him.
Yeah, very easy to do around here. Just a little snap of oversteer. When you correct that, you're in the wall and you're done. I know I've been around here a couple times and had my ups and downs around this track, but I still love the track.
Yeah, it's a long lap, so you don't really need to be going around invalidating and such, because it just gonna decrease your chances of getting a lap time in. It's a tough old track, walls very close by, easy to make a mistake, and I think it's just the key here is just going to be keeping out the walls, keeping it on the track, keeping it in the race. Singapore, indeed, it is Singapore. We've got our eyes fixated on this, and at the minute we've got our eyes fixated on Ventani. He is going to be our interviewee of the weekend today, and I believe he's just coming in now. Let's just double check if he's popping in the pits. Yes, he is. So we're gonna get straight onto it and grab him into the chat and have a little chat with him. Ventani, are you there?
Yeah, what's up? I'm here.
Hey, how are you doing? You keen to go today?
Yeah, really keen.
Where's your teammate at?
I don't know, to be honest. Contacted me or anything. I usually would, but I don't know. Maybe just taking the day off.
Fair enough, fair enough. Yes, let's talk a little bit about you. Tell us about yourself. You're a new kid on the block here, aren't you?
Yeah, only joined a couple of weeks ago, back when it was France for this, so about 4 rounds ago. And, yeah, just joined Pacific Tier 2 as well, so it's great to be here though.
And you wanted a challenge, didn't you? So that's why you joined Endurance. You wanted to be kicked in the nads every weekend at Endurance. Hardcore guys here.
Yeah, obviously those top guys, part of the GeForce Esports, they're very, very quick, and if I'm even close to them, I'm happy, to be honest. So it's a little goal for me, but yeah, very challenging, this grid.
Well, yeah, you've proven yourself to be pretty quick, I've seen here and there, but this is all about the consistency, and this is where to build the consistency every week. So, and you're gonna build the consistency on what's your rig at the moment?
Just kind of at my desk with a Logitech G902 and the pedals that go with it. Nothing fancy, but it does the job.
Another Logitech owner there, such a popular wheel in this tier. We see pretty much everybody that I've talked to so far has been using that, so yeah, Logitech the way to go for everyone in Endurance. And tell us a little bit about your F1 history. How long have you been playing the F1 games for?
I've been playing pretty much since the start of the Codemaster era back in 2009. Here and there, played many games, but since 2017 is when I really started getting competitive, trying to get fast, and I joined League Racing back in August last year, so...
Yeah, and sorry, teammates stacking into wall then. Rid the Beans also out of this session. You may be in an Alfa Romeo, but that's not the team that you go for, is that correct?
Yeah, I go for McLaren in the real life F1. It's just always been the team we've grown up with my mum, and yeah.
You got a bit of a connection to McLaren, I hear, as well.
Yeah, my granddad was a McLaren mechanic in a like a junior Federer, junior series, but yeah, connection to the team nonetheless.
That is very, very cool, very cool. Yes, I mean, you've joined a little bit late in Endurance, but I mean, what are you looking at trying to achieve here instead of the target wise?
Just kind of being able to finish all the races, getting some points when I can. Yeah, pretty much that. Just staying consistent.
Yeah, well, you guys have had some good finishes, so I think that's very achievable. But you're coming up to about to start your lap, and you're going to take us around a lap on board with you. So I'm going to hand it over to you. Good luck.
Yeah, so coming up to the penultimate corner now, this is really when the lap starts. You want to make sure you get a good exit through the fast double left-hander. Now coming up, you want to position yourself to the right, brake just about that 100-meter board. take all the curb through turn 2 and make sure you get good rotation through turn 3. Not losing the back end on exit. Now you want to break about the 50-meter board for turn 4. Get early on the power, not lose the back end. And now down the long straight, DRS wide open, positioning yourself to the right-hand side, breaking the 100-meter board. Riding over the curb slightly and being careful on exit, breaking the flag marker on the left-hand side, and same for this left-hander. Making sure you get a good exit coming up to the old Singapore sling, breaking the 50-meter board for the first left-hander. It's kind of blind for the second, but you want to take a bit of the curb. You could take curb through the left-hander there before the bridge, but I don't like to. Make sure you get good rotation through the hairpin for the straight, breaking the 100-meter board. Shifting down to second gear, short shifting up to fourth. Now it's pretty blind this corner as well. You want to make sure you don't go too deep, as it's very easy to do. And now for under the bridge, braking at the flag marker, getting as close to that wall as possible. And now for the real final braking zone, making sure you get a good exit and just preparing yourself for the final corner. Down to fifth gear, early on the power. Open DRS, and that's a lap.
Solid.
Didn't improve too much though, so.
Yeah, but it looked very tidy on your end, so props to you. That was a great job, and it's such a long lap, so I mean, awesome job there on that commentary lap for you. Yeah, we'll come to you in a moment. Eye contrast. We'll just finish up here. Eye contrast in the chat there, but yeah, excellent job there. What do you reckon? There's a bit more time in that lap. 36.4.
Definitely, this was a U set. This was the lap I did my first time
Fair
on.
enough. What are you targeting lap time wise?
A mid 35 would be good. I just see Jay's there going a 35.3 as I cut the corner there, but it's fine. If I'm around Jay's, I'm fine. I know I'm relative his pace, racing him before, so if I can get near him, I'll be quite happy.
Alrighty. Strategy wise, you're looking at starting the soft tire then, I guess.
Yeah. I know there could be an early safety car, so just maybe go into the mediums when that happens, if it's not too early.
And finally, any setup insights? What are you? What kind of a setup you're running wing wise?
I think it's 11-11. To be honest, I just nabbed time trial setup, so yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for jumping into the combox with us. Thanks for taking us through that. Whoa, that was a bit close. And good luck for the race. We might hear from you a little bit later, and we'll leave you to get on with qualifying now. So thanks once again from you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, bring us up to speed. What's been happening?
Well, as you saw at the end there, Jay setting a really good lap. Same with BP, and Zach just completed a good lap as well. Heisenberg had a spin at turn 13, was facing the wrong way. And then other drivers such as Plebs, Ford, and my name is Jeff, they've just not been able to get a lap in. They've just, every time they've gone out, they've invalidated their lap. Jeff is currently on one, isn't currently invalidated, so hopefully you can actually set a lap today.
Yes, another in the chat there, no rain for this race. Now, this is something I was going to bring up. Eye contrast there. Thought I'd mention that last season's endurance race that he won here was cut short by one lap as the race went on for so long with rain and safety cars. Game time to stop the race early. It was something we were chatting about earlier before we went live. And I was wondering, luckily there's no rain here today. I unfortunately wasn't there for that race. But yeah, I heard it was the longest race spec race ever. So that would have been a real slog, as Jeff here is just coming up to finish his lap. Can he improve? Well, I say can he improve? He hasn't set a time in yet. Where will it put him in P7? Respectable there, 36.8. As I think we're going to be seeing the final runs in just a few moments' time now.
Yeah, I did want to mention that we probably almost beat that record last week around Netherlands. We got what, an hour and 55 minutes or so of that race, so we only had about 5 minutes left, and then would have been cut short.
I wasn't really expecting that to be that long last week. This is quite a surprise.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Now, is Zach here got very low fuel. I think he's coming. Yeah, he's coming in, but he's the only one there, apart from Wombat there on the top 10 in the top 10 with medium tires. So that's very interesting there. Ferrari Pro is down in P8 at the moment. He's definitely going to be wanting to look at the cars there. Very tight. Karma there also on the mediums. Yeah, very tight in that in the top 10. A couple of tenths separating the cars, and just look at those guys in P8, P9, P10. Just 1/10 there separating the end of the top 10. But yeah, plenty of guys still to set a lap. For example, Marco there in the Mercedes. He's going to want to get on with it. He's leaving it late. He's on the medium tyre as well. A little bit risky, wouldn't you say? Leaving it that late, but we'll keep an eye on him and see how it goes. Yeah, and like I said, plenty of cars that actually, both of the Mercedes not even done a lap yet.
Yeah, maybe this is a strategic thing, just hide their cards until the last moment. I don't know, but seems very risky to me, because just one invalidation at this point in time now, and they're done.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a long lap, isn't it? And you mess up that one lap, and depending on how much fuel you've got on board, that could be a huge disaster. I'd imagine they're fueled up for at least 2 laps, because leaving it all to that final lap is going to be a bit dangerous there. Starting on medium tyres was what enabled Contrast to win last season on the strategy. So, whoa, big time slapper from Marco there as he comes round the final corner now. Let's stay on board and progress with him and see how he goes. Down into turn 1. And, as well commentated, he's gone wide on the first corner. And by some incredible miracle, he did not get invalidated, so he's going to continue on that lap. And I'm sure he's going to be no one to have seen that, but off he goes. Gets it nicely hooked up into turn 5, and DRS open down the straight. Of course, most of the guys running quite heavy downforce. The cars that have trimmed that out a little bit will make it a bit easier to overtake, but it looks like he's really struggling for traction around here on that medium tyre. And coming through the end of the first sector now, and this is a very tricky corner now as we head down to where the Singapore Sling used to be. No Singapore Sling, no launching cars, very quick chicane through here, and then that heads down into the tricky bridge section where we've already seen one driver lose it and bin it. How will Alex come through here? It's another important corner to get hooked up as this goes on to another straight now. Another DRS zone heading down to turn 14. And, gets that nicely hooked up too. So the medium tyre looks like it's hooked up. Maybe just getting a little while to get up to temperature. How come you don't do Formula Endurance anymore, Contrast? Yes, that's a very good question, wouldn't we? We all want to know the answer to. There's traffic up ahead for Marco. Oh, it just gets out of the car, out of the way in the last moment there under the grandstand. And looks like he's going to be okay for traffic as these cars are about to start their laps on that curb. And he's lost it on the curb and has to back out of that one. Hopefully he's got more fuel in the tank, because that lap is probably not going to be that great. No, P12 for him. The other Mercedes is just behind him as well, going to get a slipstream. I think Marco's going to be continuing on that lap, but he's invalidated, so that is going to be him done for qualifying. Big upset there.
Yeah, very large upset there. Starting on the mediums, P12, so he's obviously just going to switch out for a fresh pair of mediums by the looks for his strategy now.
Yeah, the checkered flag's about to drop, so I think Jeff's done. He was on his outlap and just did not get there in time. Lakita Yaya also done. Heisenberg done in P16. Who is that going to be coming around there? It's going to be Twitch Liddy in the Ferrari coming around the last corner now. Can he get that Ferrari solidly into the top 10? Deploy all used throughout the lap in P8. Just jumps in there with 36.8. Next person across the line, McLaren. There's yellow flags. Why is there yellow flags? Not sure. But Karma comes across the line. 36.3. Nice. There's a Williams into the pits there, so that's done. Who else is Ferrari Pro? Can he improve on the 35.9 to challenge for the front row? BP's got a 35.8 just on top. Jays is in the pits, so he's done and dusted. Ferrari Pro across the line does just beat BP by 1/100th. BP, can he respond to that? He would now know that he's been knocked down. He's going to look for some kind of return on that. Wombat goes up there, 35.9. It's very close between these guys. The Red Bull pulling into the pit lane, and he's done. What else we got here? Mercedes.
We got Ford coming across the line just about now. How is he going? He's put it second. I believe the next car is Gizzled and then Plebs.
Yeah, Ford's lap, look at that on that tyre, puts him in. BP's just coming around the last kind of little corners. Bags is there in P5, look at the order just changing rapidly. And then the two Alpines also coming around. BP's giving up. Zach comes into P2. Plebs is only P10 just. Who only got anybody left? Andre jumps up and that's it. P12 for Andre. He did not quite make the top 10 and yeah, great qualifying there from Aston Martin. Great lap there from Ford on that medium tyre. And Karma knocked out of the top 10 just on that medium tyre.
Yeah, big upset for Plebs there, sitting down in P10. That is not a very good position for him at all. So he's got a long race ahead of him to try and make his way through that pack. But we've both got BP and Ford pretty close together. So we could see another good battle between those two.
Yeah, Eye Contrast just taking a break from league racing for a season, but he said he'll be back for the new game, so woohoo, that'll be great to see, because look at the competition you've got going on here, Eye Contrast. When you come back, there's a bunch of guys fighting for that top lead, so it'll be interesting to have another driver there into the mix. As that's qualifying done and dusted here. Jay's taking P1 in the Williams. What a great job from him. A couple of tenths clear of Zach in the Alpine. Ford on the second row alongside the Ferrari. But I think we'll talk about biggest upsets, which has been Rit the Beans. We know he's quick, but he didn't even get a time. And same with Glorious Noodle. And also Alex there in the Mercedes in P16.
Yeah.
A couple of guys chatting in the chat. Was Nova with us last week, I believe? Yeah. Tire temperatures are so critical around here. Ford will be in a good place after 5 laps. I agree. I think Ford is in a cracking spot there on that medium tyre in P3, along with BP, actually. So we love to see the battle between those two guys. But just how many cars there with a 0.8 there? So close.
Yeah, pretty tight field. It's not as tight as we've seen most weeks, but I'm sure when it comes to the race, everyone's going to be on a pretty level field, and we'll see some good racing.
You need to have that super duper quick smart, mate. You're sounding a bit. Get the hype levels. Let's get the hype levels. Let's take them up.
I just finished the super duper. Do I need another one?
Well, maybe not too early because it's going to be a long race, even though it's not wet. Regardless, so maybe save that one for a bit later.
Yeah, need a shot of insulin or something.
Bit stronger.
Yes. Yeah, great frantic qualifying there, but I think settling down now from qualifying, it's a long race. You just got to get settled in, not make any too silly mistakes at the start here because it's going to be hectic with 20 cars on the grid. Well, if everyone takes that attitude, Nova, then there's going to be no PC place, is there? If you got to make the first move, jump into PC Euro, get some other guys in there, and start a bit of a movement. I think that's what you got to do. Anyway, let's go through the order for you guys there. We got Jay's in the Williams in P1 starting. Alongside him will be GeForce Zach in the Alpine, also on that soft tyre. But here we go. Ford, our current championship leader, on the medium tyre alongside the Ferrari of Ferrari Pros on the soft tyre. BP also on that medium tyre when he's got Bags in the Aston Martin alongside him and on the soft tyre. And great qualifying there for the Aston Martin boys. Both of them there in a really good position behind each other, both on soft tyres. Ventani there, our driver of the weekend in P8. Great qualifying from him. Let's hope that he can build on that position. Drax reserved for today in the Williams P9. Plebs rounding off the top 10 of the soft tyre runners. Probably one of maybe the worst spots to start, apart from maybe at the back there on the soft tyre in P10, you'd say?
Yeah, definitely. Not fresh softs in P10 with all the medium runners behind you.
Yeah,
nah.
And he's got some quick boys behind him, Karma and Andre on the mediums. We know they're very quick, so he's going to have to watch his back. Twitch Litty in the other Ferrari standing in for Noah. My name is Jeff in the Alfa Romeo standing in for Vengeance. We've got Silderfort in the Red Bull, our driver not from the Pacific region. And then Marker there down in P16 in that Mercedes. Not a great qualifying for him. Lakito Yaya, Heisenberg, Glorious Noodle and Rip the Beans, who did not get a lap time in, and they're going to be sitting down at the bottom of the field on those. But yeah, all are medium tyres there. No one taking a different strategy there. So it's a little bit interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how well you'd be going if you started on the softs there. It's pretty tricky track to overtake. I think it'd be almost chuck those mediums on, try and work together and jump everyone ahead when you're on those fresh softs in the latter stages of the race.
Yeah, indeed. And I mean, even if there is a early safety car, it means they don't have to box, depending on how early it is, get some track position up there. And boys all filing on to the grid positions now. That McLaren there at the back taking its spot, and we can get this race underway. 61 laps around this night circuit in Singapore. What a beautiful, beautiful track under the lights, as we're just waiting for these lights to go on. There's this predicted strategy for you, but I don't think it's going to stick very long. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away they go. It seemed to be a bit of a slow start there, but the Ford there going down the inside, outside, turns into the outside. They've gone wide already, some of the cars, and that's always very messy around here. What's happening here? Down in the middle of the field, and they get through, seems like they get through very cleanly through here, which is great to see. And Ventani there just looking to consolidate his position, and wow, they got through very cleanly through the first couple of corners.
Yeah, the only one that had a little bit of an issue was Heisenberg, who has fallen right off the back now.
Yeah, Plebs there already making position on Drax there. A couple of places also moving around at the back. Just keep it nice and tidy through this section. You're right, yeah. Heisenberg not having a good start somewhere down the back. He's dropped. A couple of drivers. Alex as well having a bit of a drop here. What's happened to him on that medium tyre? Not getting a great start there. I'm just going to get the positions back up there, see what's gone on. With the Beans having a cracker at the start. 3 pauses up from the from the opening couple of corners. Yeah, 100% he'd be frustrated starting on the softs there, contrast. And yeah, already jockeying for position here. Alfa Romeo getting a nice run on the Red Bull of Zilderfort, and can he respond? Having a little lock up from the Alfa Romeo, but he's got the job done and through to P14, regaining that position of Zilderfort.
Very safe start from all the boys. Good to see. They're already, by the looks, thinking about the long haul of this race and pretty much just fighting for position and survival. Yeah,
Rip the Beans there. Had to. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. What's that? Is that a marker there? Drop. No, it's in front. It's a. Oh, it's Ford. Oh no, we missed that at the front there. What happened to Ford? And there's a couple of cars getting messy up ahead as well. Another yellow. Oh, there's a Hideways Haas. No, sorry, not a Haas. They look very similar. Ventani, oh no, what's happened to him on the exit? Ford into the pit lane, looking for a new front wing. Yes, he is. Oh, that's an absolute disaster for our championship leader. What has happened there? Sorry, not Ford. Alex, I'm getting everything wrong at the moment on this start.
Too many super dupers. You're overhyped.
I didn't even have one. Maybe that was the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a bit of a messy start there. But Ford not having a good start at all. What has happened there? I'm really annoyed we missed that. We were looking at the battle down the middle of the pack, and yeah, that's going to take away what could have been an amazing fight there. But the top 3 there just settle into position there. Plebs has already made quite a few positions up as well, watching all the wrong places at all the wrong times, missing all the important action. But yeah, up to P6, 4 positions up for Plebs from P10. That's a great start from him, and yeah, he'll look to continue improving on that.
Ooh, Ford and Glorious Noodle having a little battle there. Ford goes through. Is Glorious Noodle going to have a look back? He's using his ERS, but it looks like he won't be able to make a returning move.
That's a done deal there, and Ford just, yeah, it's just trying to recuperate the positions lost. So much for Ford being in a good position. I know, you jinxed it there, Carl. That was not me this time. These guys continuing on their way, and yeah, it's just good to see they're getting it just a bit more tidy, a bit more safe, a bit more cautious no need to do anything silly at the start of the race, as their BP setting fastest lap of the race, DRS enabled. That will have championship implications. It will indeed. We'll get those championships standing on you in a bit when it gets a little bit quieter down, and we can have a look and see what's happening there. Rid the Beans missing the track completely. Don't want to do that too many times. Already a penalty, and yeah, it's a long race. Picking on penalty when the first 3 laps. Not the way to go, but I'm sure there'll be plenty more around the drivers.
Yeah, I think Silderfort's about to make a move on My Name is Jeff. Yes, he does. Pulls out on the inside using that DRS. That's a done move. I doubt that Jeff will be able to make a returning move straight away.
Yeah, right at the back there, Rid the Beans trying to stick his... Just then in the chat, just then. I'm calling it right there. I know you said it after. I'm just messing. I'm in before you tell me I jinxed it. In before that. Ford has a 41 gap point to Plevs. Well, yep. Still plenty of races to go. It's round 11, so still plenty of races. There's a bit of a plug happening here. What's going to hit? Ferrari Pros dropped right off the back of the front guys. Maybe not quite got the pace, and he's on those softs. Are they already starting to just... I mean, I thought they were good for probably about 6 laps, you would have thought? 5 or 6? No,
yeah, they're about...
Well, the
not much.
The optimum grape.
Yeah.
They start to go off, so yeah. But Ford there, right on the back of Beans. Oh, he's having a little look-see as well. Gets his nose tucked in. Not quite. Trying to just push his way through there. And yeah, doesn't manage to hang on to that. But he was all over the curb there, so I'm not surprised. He's going to continue having a little look and see what he can do. Definitely feels he's quicker. Oh, Beansy's all over the place. Can't get the power down. Lakita Yaya in the... No, that was My Name is Jeff in the pits. I'm getting the Haas and the Alfa Romeo all mixed up today. And sector yellow flag 1. That looks like Alpha Tauri, is that?
Yeah, that's Lakita Yaya.
That is Lakita Yaya. But
Yeah, final
Ford's going to be looking at the DRS here.
Also, no front wing. Fully gone.
Front wing. Oh, dear. Jeffrey is in the pit currently.
Yep, also front
yep.
wing change.
Yeah, lots of front wings being dished out. I'm sure that won't be the end of it. Will he look for a move? He's giving him a right squeeze. That was a little bit of a late squeeze there from Beansy. I think that was a bit of a late move, but Ford fully committed to that, gets through and up a position. But Beans is going to look around the outside. It's a bit dangerous here. Ford just gives him the space. Lovely racing room from Ford. And yeah, he has to settle in behind him. And let's just ride on board a little bit longer with these guys and see what's happening here. But we will take a look at that. I think I got that on the replay. Look at Beans just struggling with the power. Goes a little bit deep into this section. It's giving him a poor exit, and that's going to help Ford pull away on this DRS zone. Yep, he's not going to be close enough, I think, through there. But I don't think his battle is over, so we'll just keep half an eye on that. But let's see what I captured onto that replay. Ford... Looking, he's tucked in with the DRS, moves to the right, Beansy's cutting, but Ford just goes in the gap. I think a little bit of a late block there from Beansy, and Ford just seeing the gap committed, and hopefully there wasn't any damage. Bit of contact, but yeah, fully committed. Oh, that's Beans hitting the wall, and I think that's wing damage straight away from that.
No!
Oh, he's gone over the pit line too.
Ventani has crashed out.
Oh,
He's done.
No. That's a safety car straight away from that. That was perfect timing for Beans to also smack his front wing and get a change of, get a change and get in the pits there. Good timing for him. Ventani. Let's get some real emotion from him. Are you there, Ventani?
Oh, yeah.
We want this. What happened?
The softs, they're just struggling with power, and just through the last braking zone, just kind of lost it, and I didn't even hit the barrier that hard. The wheel came off.
Oh damn, that is a real shame to see you go so early in this race. Yeah, commiserations.
Yeah,
Really.
'cause it happened on lap 1. You know, the reason I spun was just through the final corner. The rear tires were just burning up and just lost the back end. I think the same thing happened here.
Yeah. I mean, I know you said you were running a time trial setup. Maybe that might not have helped too much there.
Yeah, I do need to learn how to do setups, maybe.
Well, yes, unfortunate. Well, thanks for dropping in with us in the com box anyway. I know it might have been a short run, but we enjoyed our time with you.
Yeah, thanks. Maybe
And I
just
guess,
next week, bouncing back stronger.
yeah, I guess just look forward to the next race. Really, that's all. That's all you can do. Put it behind you and move on.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks once again. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's a real shame from our interviewee, and diving into the pit. Oh no, Ford, what are you doing? Drive-through penalty, that is not what you need. We saw so many of those last week too.
Yeah, we did. Maybe this circuit is a bit similar, and we could could see a bunch as well. That is, it's not good.
Yeah, everyone diving into the pit lane now for fresh tyres. It's all going to be mediums. Obviously, those guys on the mediums not coming in, so getting some good track position there. Look at the two Red Bulls. Ooh, P5 and P6, not too shabby at all. Who else has gained / lost from that? Let's have a little look. Let's have a look there. Any notable ones for you? Jay's lost a little bit. Really, from that, having to pit. I mean, he had no choice really, having to pit. All the front runners, I guess, getting dropped down behind the guys who didn't stop.
Sorry, Jeff almost went into a wall there as he's got no front wing and he's trying to make it around back to the pits. Just
We
gave
don't need
me
another retirement, please.
yeah, gave me a little gasp there as he got very close.
Yeah, keep it into that pit lane there. Yeah, Ford, that's really gonna. I mean, you saw it last week. Those drive-throughs, it wasn't the end of the world because we had a safety car pretty much, a couple of laps down the road. So, but remember who was that got caught out last week with the pit lane exit? Was it Plebs?
No, it wasn't Plebs. I can get you the name in 2 seconds. Wherever
But yeah,
I find
same
my
thing there
notes.
with the. Do you remember
It was
that
Deputy
safety car?
Dildog.
Oh, okay, yeah. That safety car triggered whilst he was in the pit exit, and it did not count for his drive-through, even though he got to the end of the pit lane. Let's hope that doesn't happen to Ford, because that would just be an absolute nightmare frustration.
It may have been Plebs. Oh no. Okay, yeah. I got it now. I remember. Plebs. Yeah, no, that one was Plebs coming out of the pits. Deputy Dildog pitted on the lap the safety car came in, so he also had to reserve it as pitting the lap the safety car comes in to serve your drive-through. You don't serve it.
Yep, understood there. Ford's on the soft tire now, so he's going aggressive going to be going aggressive on this restart. Let's have a very quick look, Lee, at the standings as requested by you guys. They're very close battle between AlphaTauri and Aston Martin, sitting on the same points. Very close battle too between the top teams, Mercedes and Alpine, just 10 points separating them, and the cars at the minute are all over the place in terms of for the championships. So who knows what's going to happen with that one. And then Ferrari looking to gain a little bit, not looking too shabby for them at all. And unfortunately, with the retirement of Ventani and Jeffrey down in P19, it's not going to be another good points haul for Alfa Romeo at all. Drivers' standings. Did I just see that? No. Yeah, Ford almost running away with it. Unfortunately, the sort of inconsistencies from BP has just put him a little bit on the back foot there. But he's sitting in P1 at the minute, so let's see what he can do today. But yeah, that good qualifying for this Aston Martin's in the minute, just undone a little bit at this current stage. But it is early doors, and I'm sure there'll be lots of changes in this race. We're only 10% of the way through, so let's not get too excited about positions and everything like that. But definitely Ford's going to be the one to watch on this restart here on that soft tyre.
Yeah, definitely. I think he'll try and carve his way through as quick as possible. That was a little interesting that I just saw. Heisenberg is currently red X, and Alex Pato, he's given the position back. Yeah, he was behind him and then overtook him, and then
I guess he got the warning and had to give the position back, so I was a bit confused.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit of frustration on the restart. He's going to try and get past that ASAP. But of course, forward with that drive-through. So I wonder if he's going to serve that. Oh, look at these two guys here. I think they've got a. I think they're getting a little bit hot under the helmets. These two. Did it say safety car in this lap? I don't think it did.
Shouldn't be. We've still got Jeff.
Yeah,
He's a bit
yeah.
back.
Oh, did you? Yeah, you saw there's a bit of body language from the car between Ford and Beans from those previous on-track aggression there we saw. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on these two guys on that restart. We'll see what Ford does. It'll be interesting to see if he goes hard or just comes straight in for that drive-through.
Yeah, that is the thing. Oh, he is showing his aggression there, isn't he? I think we've got our answer. I think he's gonna go aggressive. Oh,
yeah, again doing a Verstappen at the moment alongside him. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to watch for sure. It's a little bit dangerous doing that though, getting alongside, because you know the car in front wants to do weaving and get that temperature into their tires. And you could get very unluckily if he doesn't notice and just weave straight into him. So not particularly advisable to do that.
yeah, that's why I'm wincing just a bit whenever he's doing it, because I do not like that. It's just not good.
Yeah, Mercedes, this could really flip turn the constructors at the minute. Both Mercedes completely out, really down the bottom, forward with the drive-through as well, so it's going to be a massive upset. The Alpines are not, they're sitting in the middle at the moment. I think they've got that little advantage there that they're on that fresher tyre over there. They're only 7 laps old ahead. Long race, of course, but yeah, just maybe that fresher. Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. Safety car in this lap. Look at these two. It's like they're at the front, being all over each other, like they're leading the race. But this is down in the middle of the pack. Much entertainment being provided for us today. We'd love to see it.
Yeah, hopefully it stays nice and aggressive like that. But hopefully they don't have an actual incident
Yeah, we don't want to see
and
that.
kill each other.
Not at all. Who do I follow then? Do I follow the top or do I follow those guys? I really want to see what happens then, but we'll stay on board with the leaders. Let's stay on board with the leaders. See how he gets this restart under. Gonna go. Shout out for Plebs in the chat there from Blacks. Yes, let's go Plebs. I think he's in a good position at the moment. It looks lowly, but I think there'll be some changes there. So when is BP going to go? Leaving it very late. I think he's gone. He's gone on the penultimate corner. A little bit squiggly on the edge there. He's had a really good restart on Karma there. Pulled right away. Andre and Twitch Liddy very close to each other in the back, but they're going to go single file into the first corner. What do we got here? Ford down the inside of Rip the Beans. Gets through, but off the track there a little bit. I wonder when he went off the track there, if the overtake had already made, but he's through there on that soft tire. Not waiting around is Ford.
Yeah, got right alongside Beans there coming through that safety car start, and then just managed to be able to get that inside line and just dive it down the inside.
Yeah, Heisenberg losing positions from that DC at the moment. He's ghosted. That's Plevs right at the back of Wombat. There's a couple of cars side by side coming through here. Ferrari going to look around the outside. No, tucks back in, looking for a cutback. Not going to happen. Yes, very close in the midfield. But BP really stretching that gap. 1.2 seconds already. Not even a lap gone. Glorious Noodle, 3-second time penalty. That's not great. And through the bridge section, no way to overtake here unless you've got some serious balls into this hairpin. And Wombat not having a good exit there on the traction. Can Plevs make a little look? It's going to be a late one. No, just settles in behind. No DRS, of course, so it's going to make overtaking a little bit more difficult at this current stage.
Yeah, so
that was a lovely move there.
Yeah, it was.
Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, I figured they'd just chill out a little bit, wait for that DRS, and then start making their moves. But I guess some of them are like, nah, screw that, not waiting.
Well, Jason's got pace, hasn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Ferrari Pro looking very hot on the back of this Alpine. Can he have a little look-see down into turn 1? The Alpine looks, just comes out to have a look, and nope, they're going to settle in single file, wait until the longer straight. It's not really long enough, that's the problem with that straight. Ford serving his drive-through, I believe, into the pit lane at the moment. Getting all defensive is Glorious Noodle, and around the outside, they're having a look through there. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be a three-way battle here. Anybody behind us? Yellow flag. What's happening there? It's Lakita Yaya has gone around, but we're going to stay on board with this. What's going to happen down into Zach going down the inside? Oh, gives him a squeeze. Look at this cut back here from the Ferrari down the inside. Ferrari Pro, and can he get through? He's going to have the outside now, not ideal for him. The Red Bull's going to just cuts him off there, and yeah, has to settle in behind, but Zach managing to get through. Wombat's all over the back of the Ferrari now too, from that offline moment there that the Ferrari had, and Glorious Noodle looks like he's all over the shop at the minute, just trying to keep cars behind him.
Oh, rip the beans.
Yeah, I saw that in the back there.
Yeah, tried to make a dive bomb on Drax, but it didn't work, unfortunately.
That's as a consequence. Poor exit there. Bags is up the inside. Rip the Beans is going to try and hold the outside. It's going to be dangerous. Leave racing room. Very fair racing there. And Rip the Beans tucks back in. Look at that lock-up in the background there from the Mercedes of Alex. And yeah, that's just put him off a little bit. But there's just battles happening everywhere. These guys so close through this section. I don't know who to watch. It's all happening.
Ferrari Pro having a bit of a snap there, almost losing off the back. Glorious Noodle into the pits.
Yeah, damage, I wonder. DRS enabled. Ferrari Pro is not going to have DRS. Oh no, the line was before that, my bad. Carrying on, but he's going to be in danger here. The lead car now that... Oh, look at that gap. Glorious Noodle held Ferrari up by like 2 seconds on that last lap. Zach has managed to pull away in that last sector. So I wonder if he'd had damage. Is he changing his wing?
No, he didn't change his front wing, put on the hard, so I'm assuming he's going to be trying to go to the end as Ford's into the pits as well with a front wing.
Oh, there's a Ferrari round! There's a Ferrari round on the exit of the curb. I think he kept it out of the wall. Flick spin, and off he goes. Oh, that was just, I think, on the exit of the curb of turn 7 there. I'm going to try and see if there's damage. Please give me a better angle, game. But I think he just kept it out of the wall. That's a disaster there for the Ferrari driver. It's going to drop him down, set him back quite a ways. But the rest of this pack, the battle continues. What was that? I just cut you off there. Sorry, Ted.
I was just mentioning Ford coming into the pits, front wing change, and put on fresh softs.
Indeed, the other Ferrari is right on the back of Andre in P3. The other guys have sort of checked out a little bit, and yeah, he's leading this second group there, sandwiched between Jays, and then you got Silderford a second off, who obviously is going to try and want to close that gap down to a second. BP showing he's got the pace, setting the fastest lap of the session, and yeah, I think the Ferrari is going to be looking at some sort of overtake now coming into the second DRS straight, no doubt. All about getting a nice tidy run through here, getting right up to the back of the driver ahead. I think not got too much energy between the two of them, but I think should be fairly simple overtake down here with no car to pull Andre along and down the inside. Andre's going to try and fight it, but it's going to be pretty difficult. Oh no, he's going to let another car through. Jays is through too. Andre getting pushed offline, trying to go side by side. Maybe not the smartest move there, and has pushed him offline and gone through and rid the beans. I think has had some sort of incident down here. Oh yeah, struggling with that car. Did you see what happened there, Ten?
No, I didn't see what happened there.
Oh, he's gone around again. What's this? It's a nightmare. What's happened here for Beans? He's just overkeyed those tyres, probably from the spin, and just gone right round again. There's more moves happening down here. The Alpine of Plebs having a look at Wombat, but they've got the DRS down here, so it's going to make it a little bit difficult for him. More penalties being picked up there too. Bit of a lock-up from the car in front of Silderford. Beans has gone round again, I think. What's happening? Jeff's gone into the wall too. There's a sideways McLaren. What is happening down here? He's doing an Austin Powers. He's in a terrible tight narrow spot. Watch out! There's a car coming around the back of Glorious Noodle, who unnecessarily slows down, but does the right thing by doing so, so we won't hold it against him. But Beans just obviously cooked those tyres completely, zero grip on them, and has gone round again. Nightmare at the moment for him. Ferrari Pro has had a decent recovery onto the back of the train, but yeah, Jeff retirement, their safety car, also that allows me to get a breath.
Yeah, I expect a lot of people to come into the pits now and probably put on, I would have thought, mediums if they've already done a soft stint. Try and go to the end possibly. BP though, coming in and putting on fresh softs, so it's a bit interesting.
That's interesting, yeah.
Same with Mighty Wombat.
Keeping it interesting, but wow, yeah, there was a big group of all the guys together in one pack. Some great racing there. Let's take a look at the replay of that thing that I had saved earlier, which I definitely remember what it was. It was this move with the Ferrari, just trying to get past and not quite managing to do so. Zach just pulls away whilst these guys are fighting. Just shows you how much time you lose from battling around here. That gap opening up to 2 seconds by the end of that lap. Yes, I saw that one, but they're speeding in the pit lane. It's quite easy to do, even though it's very slow around that corner. I think just the difference with the pit lane speed limit is just so high as you come around that very easy to get caught out coming around there. Plus, almost hit the wall. Have you done that before?
Yeah, I have. I've done a lot of crashes around here. Another person I want to mention, unfortunate for him, Glorious Noodle, picking up the second drive-through penalty for this race.
Oh no, that's what is happening? I've never seen so many drive-through penalties with the last two races. Everyone just seems to be picking them up left, right, and centre. I wonder if that has something gone on with the update there.
Yeah,
that's just a coincidence.
Yeah, maybe just coincidence, or yeah, I don't know. I haven't had a safety car in any of my last races really, so I haven't been able to test it. But yeah, could be something to do with the update. Let us know in the chat if you've noticed anything different with the safety car recently.
I do hate how they write that in the patch notes, various fixes and changes. I was like, well, that's what patch notes are for. Please tell us what you've done. These condensed patch notes are no good at all. You'd think, some people don't read all of them, obviously, but still, I think it's better having them there than not having them there.
Yeah, just have them, ball pointed underneath it, so just various ones, and then just ball pointed all of them underneath. And that would work great, I reckon.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go through where we're standing in the minute. We've got Karma and Jays at the front. On those old medium tyres, Karma and Twitch, Lydia and Andre and Silderfort having not pitted yet from those original medium tyres, so they've done a fantastic job. And actually, just also looking at the tyres, let's also look at the positions change there. Yes, I thought so, because they've not pitted, they have gained a whole bunch of positions from that, so they're sitting in a pretty good spot, I would say, at the minute. Zach also there on those medium tyre. Oh, well, most people on the medium tyre. Silderfort and Plebs now. It's the Alpines have moved up a little bit too. Plus the Williams boys have moved up nicely, and it's just that very interesting there. The soft guys changing to the soft tyre. They wonder what they're expecting from that, because BP conceded the lead. So yeah, a bit of a surprise. We'll see. Maybe it'll pan out. Maybe it'll pan out for them. I mean, who am I to try and predict what's going to happen? Now, Heisenberg still ghosts by the looks of it.
Yeah, I believe he's still red Xing. Yeah, he is. From Mighty Wombat's perspective, he is.
Yeah. How to join your alliance? The Alliance of the North. If you mean our league. The league is Race Spec. I think there's a link. Is there a link in the chat? On the YouTube?
I will have a look real quick.
Maybe,
yes, there is
yes.
a link on the YouTube.
I thought so. There for convenience, as the safety car is in this lap. Karma warming. Is this Black Moon 14 on comms? Oh, you know it is, baby. And Skate there in the chat. How are you doing over from Formula 4? And yeah, we're just about to get this. What's going on here? Jays has pulled a huge. What's happened here? What's going on with Jays? Is this some sort of lag trickery going on here? Because Karma's. Well, oh, you completely missed that corner at the end there. But he's gone, and I think he just went so early and caught Jays out. It was still yellow flag, and that's completely undone that now, because Jace has just caught right back up again. So that could have been an absolutely amazing getaway for him there. Pleb's already having a fight. Bag's having an awful start. They're 3 wide coming out of turn 3. Can they hold on to this? There's cars all over the track there. Marco having a little look. It's going to be very tasty coming through here, but no, yes sir, Ferrari Pro also having a little sniff down the back. These guys 3 astern, and then the BP right behind them on those fresh shofts. Keep an eye on him, because he's going to be Glorious Noodle out of this session down at turn 5. What's happened to him? Has he gone into the wall there, 10?
I wasn't able to see, but yeah, I assume he has.
That is really unfortunate for Glorious Noodle. He's having a good race so far, but yeah, he's out of this race. The rest of the battle still continues. BP and Mighty Wombat on those fresh soft tires. They need to get a move on ASAP. Make use of that fresh rubber. Whoa, what a cool camera angle through there. Could be a little bit to the left to see that Ferrari a little bit better, but is BP going to have a look down now? No DRS, of course, just yet, as the safety cars just restarted this race. But all these cars bunch right back up now. Can they keep it clean is the question.
Yeah, they're very close together there. We saw a lot of wheel banging last time we saw them this close, so hopefully they can keep it clean.
Oh, whoa, I just noticed here. Look at this. Ford and Beans together on the track again. Ford on that soft tyre once again, and Beans on the medium tyre. I think this battle's going to get spicy again.
Yeah, we've seen it time and time again already with these boys, so spice it up for us.
Yeah. And then Drax is just ahead, also on that medium tyre. And yeah, Beansy already pulling right over, getting defensive, a little bit aggressive, getting back on the line there. Don't want to do anything too silly, just weaving there. But through the first sector, nice and tight. Ford looking to get a little bit of a cutback on Beans, but no way through. And maybe just keep an eye on the front battles. I don't want to get too fixated on this one that we're looking at the minute, but I think it's going to get very interesting between these two guys.
Yeah, Plebs making a move on Silver 4, easily done with that DRS there, completed in the braking zone. It was nicely executed.
Lock up from Beans, and that caused him to go deep into that corner there. Ford looking for a switch up. He's going to look down the inside of here. Oh, there's a bit of wheel touching, and leaves him just enough space. But these boys, I definitely feel there's a little bit of aggression happening between the two of them after their previous indiscretions.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna have a heart attack at the end of this. I'm bloody wincing every 2 seconds watching their battle.
Oh, he's gonna look for a dive bomb down the inside of the bridge. There's more contact. Beans has gone around. Oh, he's in the wall, and that's out of there. Oh, dearie me, that is into the wall. We're gonna see that car as we come around, and Heisensberg perspective is on the left there, not quite seen. And oh no. That is Beans out of this race, and a safety car straight away. Oh, speaking of heart attacks.
Yeah, yeah, I know. That was a very interesting move.
I think I just caught that one there, and just not great camera angle. But you see, it goes a little bit wide, and I think he outbroke himself slightly. Ford saw it coming, and what was Ford gonna? I think that was all. Yeah, that was a little bit silly there from Beans there. Looking back at that, Ford did have nowhere to go on the outside, and just a little bit too hot into that bridge section, a little bit hot under the collar. ACW also agreeing with me there, but we'll leave it to the stewards as per. We're just here to commentate, and I mean we like talking, we like hypothesizing, we like you know, having a chat, having an open chat about what happened there. Nothing wrong with that, but the decision, of course, will come down to the stewards. But that is another safety car.
Yeah, did they actually touch when Beans went around, or did he just get on the power just a little bit too early?
Well, you can have a look at it again if you want. If that was what you meant. I think he just went a little bit deep forward. It was a little bit wide there, I think, looking for a cutback. And yeah, he just...
yeah.
I mean... Ford had nowhere to go, stuck against the wall. That was the problem. And yeah, Beansy just got a little bit too deep in there and got stuck on the outside, on the side pod and on the tyre of Ford, and that just sent him around, really. I think he sort of put his nose in there and sort of, yeah, like some of the guys asking for that a little bit. Yes, Heisenberg has lost internet connection. I've just had that confirmed for me. So that's why he is, he's ghosted at the moment. And yes, another safety car, third safety car. Oh, look at, everyone's making friends in the chat. Isn't that lovely to see? I like seeing that. Carrying on. Soft tyres, still BP, Marty Wombat and Ford. Unfortunately not able to make too much headway because of that safety car. I think that's gonna damage their charge a little bit, really. Getting another bunch of laps into the safety car, adding unnecessary wear to that soft tyre.
Yeah, definitely. Bit of a shame that Heisenberg's DC'd, as I think we would have probably gone racing on this lap, but it looks like we will unfortunately have to wait another one.
Yeah, we'll keep a close eye on the front this time around, because I really do wonder what happened to Karma and Jays there. He just seemed to just back the pack up and let Karma just disappear down the road. Maybe he got caught out the fact that Karma was going a little bit early. So yeah, we'll keep a close eye on that, but I think that's really going to impact their charge. They needed a bunch of clean laps to go racing, those soft runners, the BP, Wombat and Ford, and they didn't get them. Now adding unnecessary wear to that soft tyre is just going to set them back, I believe.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think just that little bit extra wear now, 1 or 2 laps, especially with the tyres having such a short optimal range around here, it's just going to really make their job a lot harder.
Yeah, indeed. Who's excited for next week, guys? Guys, it's the Melbourne Grand Prix next week. Just in case you hadn't realised, who's going to be there? Who's going to be there? In the chat, I want to hear from you guys. I'm so excited. I'm just thinking I'm counting down the days. And hey, you've been keeping an eye on the weather too. Been keeping an eye on the weather, and I see rain. After what clothes am I going to bring? What clothes am I going to take with me? I've got to drive over. So, and you know what Melbourne's like, 4 seasons in one day. You got to pack a whole bloody suitcase of clothes for every occasion.
Yeah, you got to pack everything as always. I don't know. I hope we see some interesting weather.
Yeah, who's in the chat? Who's going to be there, and where are you sitting or where are you standing? That's what I want to hear. Where's the best place to watch the action from the race? As these guys keep going, I'm sitting in the Schumacher stand, so you can come say hi to me. Should you be around that part of the track? Been sitting there for a number of years, and one of the cheaper stands to go to, but still a good view from there. And the safety car is in this lap, so we're going to get back to racing in just a few moments' time. And yeah, definitely keep an eye on these front guys there. Jay's on that slightly fresher medium tyre, so that could definitely affect how we get going on this restart. They're sort of every other car there, 17, 11, 17, 17, 11, 11. So a bit of a mix of tyre age, and we'll keep an eye on the soft runners too. Further down, as Karma is backing up the pack. When is he going to go? What's going on here? It happened again. Jace is backing up the pack unnecessarily. He should be keeping on the back of Karma. I think he's pulled back up again now, so Karma's still not going yet. Prost stand from skate there. Where's the Prost stand? Not that great, mate. He's really waiting until the last minute. Off he goes. Doesn't get a great run. Jay is getting a fantastic run. He's going to be right on the back of Karma, having to go defensive a little bit there into turn 1. Andre also getting looked at by Plevs. Oh, they seem to just push him wide then. Both Alpines working together, getting past Andre there, who's really suffering on this restart. Alex too having, what's happened here? I think he's just had some bad tyre preparation, bad tyre warm up, and trying to hold on to these positions. BP on that soft tyre, definitely going to be having a look at the move down here, and Alex looking on the inside there, Andre on the outside. Alex getting all squiggly on the exit, trying to get the traction down. Lovely move from BP round the outside there, gets through, and Andre is having a nightmare of a start. I don't know what's going on here, but he's dropping positions quickly.
Yeah, you just kind of got out of position, then just cars kept flying through. There's not much he could do. Now he's just got to try and get a rhythm, get back in position, and then make those moves back.
Oh, we could have been seat buddies skate. Schumacher stand for 23 years. I haven't racked up that record. What am I think 7 years or something like that now? Yeah. That would have been absolutely hilarious. Maybe we unwittingly sat next to each other at some point. That would have been absolutely hilarious. But yes, these guys settling back into the race now. Ford is on a charge. He hasn't really made too much of an impact at this current stage. Andre picking up penalty there. Can he look for a... Oh, this is a dangerous place to look for a move. No, backs out of it. And yes, more to the left of the Schumacher stand. See more of the... Oh, that's where I sat as well. Oh. How funny would that have been? That would have been hilarious if we'd have been right next to each other and never realised this whole time. And Alex there picking up penalty too. BP having a look at Alex, getting past him on the start-finish straight. Through he goes up into P7. That soft tire is working beautifully for BP. And whoa, there's a bit of more action there. Pedro dropping places. Ferrari, it seems to be, you get offline and you're just losing a whole bunch of positions there. Just do not want to do that. Do not want to follow side by side. Same thing happening to Silverfort, losing the position to Ford. That's what happens when you go side by side there. You're going to lose birds up into P3. It's happening all over the place. Twitch Liddy dropping positions. Alpine boys working together on the charge. Not quite managing to continue that charge. Is Zapwin Bags having a look here? I can't. This is too much happening here. Age reveals. I'm sure you're not that old. Don't do yourself an injustice there. Just yeah, milk it up. And BP still hot on the back on that soft tire. Yes. Whoa, there's a car in the wall! It's the Ferrari of Twitch Liddy. I missed how that happened. But, oh, that's a safety car. Yeah, I thought that was going to happen.
Ooh. Heisenberg's ghosted car fully stopping on track there to drive around Twitch Liddy. It was a bit interesting, but yeah. Looks like he, you know that curb just before that corner, looks like he may have just ran over that and then just lost the rear and went and died.
Oh, dearie me, that's 5 cars now at this race. We're a third of the way through, 5 cars down. How many safety cars are we going to have before we can get some clean laps of racing? And, yeah, I wonder what those soft guys are going to do now, because they're racking up laps on that soft tyre. And unfortunately, just not getting going on them. And let's have a little look-see about... See, I think I just caught that in the background there. There's a Ferrari. Gets a little bit... Yep, he's gone round on the curb. To the bridge wall and into the wall. Oh, Twitch Liddy. Oh, that's oh well. He's that's another car added to our DNF. We've lost Ventani. My name is Jeff. Both the Alfa Romeo drivers. Glorious Noodle. Rip the Beans and Twitch Liddy out of this race. There's a bunch of cars coming into the pits for fresh tyres. Now's a good time. Safety car. Get some fresh tyres in. Very close on the pit exit there. Those two. Lakita, Yaya, and Alex there. Back down the back of the grid. Opinions on 3 USA races?
3's the max. Any more than that, and no
more
thanks.
than that. I agree. Yeah, I'm not sure. I watched a lap earlier of Tom 97 doing the Las Vegas track. It looks unnoteworthy, I think is the right word. It's just 12 corners, 2, 3 big straights. Not really much going on there. I don't know, it's hard to... I think potentially it could be exciting with the track looks very wide. The cars can overtake and can battle really well, we've seen so far this season. So it could be really good, but I think we're getting a bit hyper-fixated on America. I'm not sure about Miami. I just, yeah. I didn't realise Miami's really soon as well.
Yeah, it's coming up real soon. I'm keen for it, to be honest.
No, I can't remember the track very well. I looked at it a long time ago, but it's sort of gone off the radar.
It was a bit mundane, but I don't know. I'm just kind of keen for the more glamorous style of America, because we've seen the Texas way, the more rough-edged way. So I'm a bit more intrigued in the glamorous style. So it's like the Monaco of USA.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I think, but maybe one street circuit and one race circuit is enough. Maybe we don't need. We don't. I mean, there's plenty of other great circuit. I saw something about having there's 30 potential tracks they could go to. People wanting to race, and there's no way you're going to do 30 tracks in a season. There's too many. So someone's going to lose out, and I just hope that we don't go towards towards all these crazy street circuits, these dangerous street circuits. I mean, as we just saw from Jeddah the other week with the Schumacher crash, and they could potentially be very similar in Las Vegas with the walls. More of these streets. I'm a fan of the old school proper circuits. So yeah, it'd be a shame to move away from some of those great tracks that we have.
Yeah, I love street circuits and everything, but I don't want pretty much a full calendar of street circuits. That takes away the joy of a street circuit, I reckon. Then you just become Formula E, and pretty much, and it's just nah.
Elaborate, ACW. What lesson did he not learn with endurance and Singapore? I wasn't here last time for Singapore, so you're gonna have to elaborate on that point. And I agree with Skate there. More track typical instead of street circuits, and no car parks either.
Yep.
The car parks, the old car park. That's funny. That's funny. And we could well reach that 2-hour mark. Have you got your stopwatch on, 10? Because we might be breaking records again at this rate from last year, last week even.
I can have a look for you and see what we're at, but I don't think we're
keep an eye on that.
all that heavily.
Too deep. I mean, we're just over a third of the way through, and we've had, what is this, 4th safety car now? I'm going to lose count at this, but who was here last week with us counting safety cars?
That was Kickbutt Kiwi.
Kickbutt Kiwi, yeah, we need him counting safety cars again, as the safety car is in this lap. Couple of guys in the pits for change of tyres. Let's talk back to track action here as we're focusing back at this. So we've got a couple of guys on fresh softies, Andre and Lakita Yaya on that soft tyre. See what damage they can do. Silderfort on fresh mediums, but otherwise no one else really bothering to change at this stage. Maybe they're expecting another safety car. But I think BP is going to be the one to watch, right?
I got the timestamp. We are 44 minutes into this race.
Yes. Last time they reached the 2-hour mark because of heavy rain and a lot of safety cars. I do remember hearing about that, and I want to see another picture of if Ford is listening out there. I want to see another picture of his pants after the race from last week. See how they compare, and I should be paying attention to the front as Karma gets away to get this race restarted. Jay's not having such a good exit out of that last corner, and that has allowed Plebs to be right up behind the other Alpine, also not having such a great start there. Ferrari Pro having a look at BP, not quite managing to pull off a move. We see the position switcheroo at the back there between the AlphaTauris. Maybe that. Oh no, what's happened here? There's been more shenanigans there. Silderfork is also getting involved into that action. And I want to take back a look at the front here as Plebs is all over the back of Jay's. Zach's dropped right off a whole second. Not had a great restart. Some guys managing to fire up those tires quickly, some guys not, and that is what making a difference on the restart there. Heisenberg are we having issues with his disconnection again? Alex has gone round, that's what's happened, and I think he's kept it out of the wall. Front wing looks intact, he can get going again, so it's not going to be super high damage from him. And BP on that soft tyre right on the back of Bags, and I think that's where the action is going to happen on this restart there. Can he get a good run coming out of turn 4, turn 13 even, and gets the energy, but I think he's going to struggle with that DRS. It's just not enough straight line.
Whoa, Silderfort making a large dive bomb is in the wall. That's front wing damage for sure.
Yeah, I caught that dive bomb at the end there with the deltas changing. I was like, what's happening here? And I think I just grabbed that. It's just far too hot on the brakes from Silderfort. And did he go straight into that wall?
Yeah, it's straight into the wall, just locked up, couldn't stop in time.
Miscalculation there, errors we all make errors from time to time, so we won't fixate on that too hard. But this battle at the front just sort of settling. I say that as BP is looking at Bags, gets through down into turn 1. Nice clean move there from BP on that soft tyre. He needs to really get on with those soft tyres. They're getting pretty tired and pretty worn soon.
Yeah, I reckon another safety car will do him pretty well soon-ish. Maybe switch to those mediums to the end.
Yeah, I think another safety car will do everyone really. Those medium tyres probably not looking too great either. Everyone much prefer to be on that fresh rubber. And yeah, this battle looking to shaping up to be quite intense between these guys. Very close gaps once again as Wombat just clobbers the wall there, getting a poor run. I wonder if he took any damage from that, or he managed to get away with it by just hitting. If you just hit just the tire, avoid the front wing, you can get away with that. But seems to be okay through here, so maybe he did get away with that. Lucky guy. One of his 9 lives there being used up. Yeah, they need DRS really to try and aid that overtake. It's just too difficult around here without it. And Ford out of position at the moment due to that drive-through penalty under safety car earlier on in the race. Safety car allowing him to close it back up, but yeah, he's gone for that aggressive soft tyre strategy to try and push up the field. But, there's going to be time for that super duper soon as we see Bags in the Aston Martin going around on the exit of the penultimate corner. I think he just managed to keep that out of the wall.
Well, he's not pitting, so I'd assume so.
BP making positions too on that soft tyre. He's doing well on those soft tyres as BP.
Yeah, he is doing pretty well on those. Made a lot of positions now, but I think he's only got 3 sector penalties, so it's not horrendous.
Now we've got DRS, but a bit of a train here, I think, making it a bit more difficult to get past. Ford there getting past the Aston Martin of Wombat. Goes a little bit wide on the exit there. Hopefully not picking up a warning from that. If you just sort of lift off a little bit, I think you can get away with that one, as Silderfort not managing to do it. And yeah, tricky to make a move into this ex-Singapore sling section. Oh, gets a little bit on that curb. Not great riding over some of these curves, really unsettling the car, and definitely catching lots of people out today with that exact maneuver there, as we saw the Ferrari of Twitch Liddy into the wall by that on that very same curb, into the wall on that bridge section. Yeah, some of those boys have got a bit of work to do now after the little mistakes starting to creep in. So we're approaching the halfway marker distance in this race. Any penalties being picked up too. 11 lap old softs. Oh! Who was that? Was that a bit of lag from Jays there? I thought he was letting plebs pass then for a second. Did you see that?
I didn't see it, but I heard you, and I was like, oh crap, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, I think it was just a bit of minor lag going on there. And how long can Carb hold on the lead? That's the true question.
He's done very well to hold the lead for a very long time now, so I think he's got the speed, the pace, and the know-how now to be able to hold that for a couple more laps.
I was going to say, he seemed to really keep that gap down that straight then. I just had a quick squeeze at his battery and it's very much so depleted. That'll be the reason for that. Maybe he's running a little bit less wing to try and with a straight line speed, but he's doing a really solid job out the front there, keeping those guys behind him.
Yeah, he's doing extremely well. He's got a lot of pressure on him at the moment, so hopefully he can hold it as long as possible, and then maybe pit onto fresh set of mediums. And I'm not too sure how long the tires go for, but I don't know. They look like they're struggling just a little bit out there to me. So I'm wondering.
His are on the older side.
Yeah, wondering if tires are starting to go off.
Yeah, it's just he's not crumbling under the pressure, which is great to see. He's lapping that pressure up, and he's got a big group of cars behind him. I'm sure he's well aware of that. If he can sort of back them up a little bit into each other at the right place, then if they start fighting amongst each other, that could give him a helping hand, as Andre's there making a move. No, that was that was Wombat into the pit lane on those 12 old softs. So wouldn't be surprised to see a few more of those guys coming into the tie. But I think we're going to see a move coming down this straight now. I think there's going to be an attempt at an overtake. These guys very close together. Plebs right up to the back of Jays coming up here. James takes the inside. Karmas, can we go around the outside? Oh, It's going to be tricky around the outside. Just enough space there given. And yeah, Plev's not quite able to pull off that move. Great defending from Jays.
Yeah, it was beautifully done there. A little bit of inside information on Mighty Wombat. Did get a front wing change. I don't think we've actually seen someone pit alone just because the tyres are dead. I think it's all either been under safety car or front wing change.
Oh, they're getting so close to each other through. I love that shot, that overhead shot there through through the bridge section of the lap, right amongst each other. And Karma's starting to pull a bit of a lead this gap. These guys starting fighting each other, putting each other offline, like we were saying earlier, and it's just allowing Karma just to pull that little gap. As Skate points out in the chat, the pedo is, shouldn't say like that, Alex Barto. I'll say it with my Italian hand. I have to put my hand up when I say that. Is carving his way through the pack. He is the two soft runners ahead of him, so it's gonna, and he doesn't have DRS, it's gonna close up that gap to the front. But we're watching the battle at the front here. Everyone below that second gap. There's a Ferrari also looking very hot on the heels of this Alpine of Zach. How will Karma go through this next lap? The fight continues. He's got to survive for another lap. And no, that's an Alpine of Plevs round into the wall on the exit of turn 2, and he's taken wing damage too, and that is going to be a big setback for him there.
Yeah, no safety car there. Did we even really get a yellow flag? It didn't look like it.
I didn't see a yellow flag come up there, so obviously the game was confident that Plebs was fine and could get going straight away. No need to involve the marshals there. They've been busy enough, so we'll give them a couple more minutes break. And off we go racing straight away. I don't think we need another safety car at this stage, as Heisenberg is in the pits for fresh soft tyres. Is he back in now, or is he still Red X?
Unsure at the moment. He's still Red X, unfortunately.
Okay, alright, so we'll just we'll ignore that for the minute, as his ghost takes him on his merry way throughout this Singapore Grand Prix. And yeah, Race Spec scoring all the way down to P15, so all the drivers will be getting points today. Should they finish, as we're approaching the halfway, not even halfway yet. Yikes. Still a long way to go in this race, and look at these guys. Look at the pressure these guys must be under at the moment. It's going to be very high. It's Ferrari Pro there hustling the back of the Alpine. Yeah, a bit of a setback for Plevs. Just, I'm guessing he's struggling at the moment with that front wing damage around the lap. We've got to keep it out of the wall. Jay's right up on the back of Karma, a couple of tenths off. Could we see another move from him? They're sort of been managing the energy a little bit there. I'm surprised that Jay's is that low on his energy with him sitting behind, but I mean, he's got the likes of BP behind him and Zach and Ferrari, obviously Plebs before. We're going to see a move here. Karma's gone defensive. Jay's is going to look around the outside. Bit of a squeeze from Karma, but Jay's squeezes right back, and it's going to go on for a little bit longer as Karma finally concedes the position. Looks for a switchback, but that is not going to happen. And Jay's through up into P1. How will he be able to control the race now? He's been comfortably sitting behind, but now he's taken the reins, and the pressure's going to be on him now.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult task for him. Karma seems to be sitting nice and tight behind him. He might try and make a rotating move straight away and take that position back.
Yeah, Alex making waves up to P7, and Mercedes boys back next to each other on the track after all of their prior indiscretions and issues throughout this race. Back up to P6 and 7, so great recovery from them at this current stage in the race. So you see a lovely car, a lovely shot of the cars over the camera on that curbing, and yeah, I think Karma's starting to struggle a little bit on that tyre.
Yeah, I saw it earlier that he was struggling just a bit, but yeah, it's looking a little bit worse now.
Yeah, you saw him getting a little bit squiggly on that curb there, and he has dropped the gap already between Jays. I think, yeah, definitely that tyre is been past its best days as Ford is coming into the pit. He's taken those soft tyres, 18 laps, and onto some fresh rubber, the mediums. and I'm sure he's going to be setting fastest laps when he comes back out on track on those tyres. And I'm also sure that BP is going to be having a look at Karma. Karma pretty much out of energy now. He's going to suffer down the straight, but BP's not going to be close enough. No, backs out of that. Karma's gone deep. Karma's gone deep off the track. Holds on to, as we see yellow flag in sector 3. That's the Haas of Lakita. What's happened there? And BP got through. Wow, unconventional place there, but gets through. Lovely overtake. What's happened to the slow-moving car there, Tim?
Yeah, had another spin. Full front wing is gone, so it's got to pit for another fresh one. But luckily, no safety car or virtual safety car.
Yes, before I forget, let's take a look at what happened to Plevs earlier on in this race, coming down into turn 1. And I think you're about to see him get onto the curb. Let's keep an eye on that. Yep, there he goes on the curb, and he's just gone around into the wall. Luckily, that could have been so much worse. I think he just got lucky with the way he ended up in the wall there, not to be worse damage than already was. But yeah, I think Karma, as we said there, struggling on that tyre, just dropping back a little bit now. And BP up into P2 on those 16 old lap soft tyres. So yeah, keeping them going strong.
Yeah, he's closing that gap to Jay's just a bit. I reckon he's going to try and make that move and ooh, whoa. Sorry, I thought there was a crazy move that happened, but no, Zach's into the pits. Was just mentioned, saying BP definitely going to try and take that lead spot from Jay's.
Yeah, his pressure from behind has gone now because Karma's dropped out of that 1 second DRS zone, so he's not going to have DRS. He's going to be vulnerable to the Ferrari, and Alex in the Merc, who's looking super quick on those fresher medium tyres, much fresher than everyone else's. Ferrari's going to have a look. Oh, just not quite close enough. Backs out of it as Karma goes slightly defensive there with a little bit of a late maneuver, but yeah, backs out of that. BP not managing to get past Jays on this run either, but now that Mercedes on that, as we were saying, on that very quick medium tyre, much fresher, is right on the back of this paddle, and once again battling, just slowing them down. Lots of gaps opened up too, as various strategies are playing out at this stage and various mistakes being made. Andre half a second off the back of Drax through this section. It's quite difficult to overtake through here. Just doesn't ever seem to be long enough this straight.
Yeah, it's just not long enough at all, unfortunately. But I'm sure he's just going to sit in behind and try and make that move on that main straight.
Yep, that Ferrari right on the back of Karma coming through this final section, almost pushing it along under the grandstand there through turn 18, 19, and yeah, looks like he's... Oh, they're both boxing. Both cars into the pits. That frees up Alex there to just go strong now on those medium tyres. Got some fresh air. What can he do in this fresh air?
Yeah, Ferrari right up the rear of Karma coming to that pit, almost touching him. He was a millimetre away probably. Doesn't jump him in the pits though, so position stayed the same.
Yeah, I wonder if we're just going to see a move here from BP, I think, looking to the outside. A lot of people actually succeeding in pulling it around the outside, and yeah, just managing to keep it in there, and it turns into the inside here, and he's through. Nice move there from BP, retaking the lead of this race. If you remember, he was in the lead back when earlier. Feels like a lifetime ago, but yes, he's back in the lead now.
Yeah, now he's got to try and create as big a gap as he can, because those softs will not last forever.
Yeah, clean move there from Ferrari Pro also, up into P9 with Karma now settling in behind him, rounding off the top 10 on those fresh medium tyres. Yeah, certainly the gaps have opened up a little bit. A couple of little battles around the track. You've got the battle for P1, the battle for P4 too. I think though that Marco is going to be catching up to the back of these two quite quickly. Just over a second off, aiming to get into that DRS. Bit of a mistake from Jays there, just allowing, and there's BP into the pits. BP into the pits. What tyre he's going to put on, but yeah, I think that it was definitely overdue for that soft tyre.
Yeah, now I'm assuming it will be those mediums to the end. As we can see, they do go about 30 laps.
Yeah, barring any safety car action, you would assume then he'd be going to the end now. That's it. That's done for him. So yeah, well, he's going to come out just ahead of the Ferrari in P8. So he's sitting in a good position. You would think that everybody is forward there, getting past Bags. Everybody's still yet to pit, apart from Zach and Ford. You'd think they'd be going to the end too.
Yes, I do think that is correct.
It's interesting though, considering where we started off, Ford with that drive-through penalty, and he's pretty much sitting in P1, P2 now, depending on Alex's pace. After the next lot of pit stops.
You want to know something a little interesting about Alex? He has only used mediums in this race. He still has to change compound.
Oh, now that is certainly interesting.
Same as Karma.
Karma?
Yes,
Ooh,
Karma
that's
is
going to be a setback for him, I think.
Yeah, very much so. So I guess maybe chill on that tyre for a while, hope for a safety car, and chuck on the softs.
Well, maybe he's also, as we see Alex there making him move for the lead, gets it done on the start-finish straight. That is going to allow Jays, of course, to try and have a go back at him through this second straight here. The DRS, their detection point, just gone over that line there. And is that Lakita again? Going round there. He's got going by the looks of it. Any damage for him?
No, actually, I think one end plate missing. Yeah, he's missing an end plate. So I'm assuming that'll be another box for a fresh wing.
Yeah, Ferrari Pro, they're laying down the gauntlet. Fastest lap of the race. He's got pace on that fresh medium tyre. Let's see what the other guys can do, as I think this is going to turn... the gaps are over a second, but I think they'll start to close up now, as those guys start to put in some quick laps in the sort of middle part of the field. Being led by Bags, who goes it almost seemed like he gave the position then to Zach. That was a bit strange. Yeah, Zach goes through up to P6, and BP's right on the back of Bags through here, and I think he's going to be... he's on those much older medium tyres. Look at that. The traction there from BP is very high. They're very close together here. I think Bags is going to want to give this position too much. Tries to hold down the inside, BP on the outside, and gets through there with the Ferrari behind as well. Not too far off the back of this group here. Bags, clearly the huge pace difference between the old and fresh medium tyres.
Yeah, another beautiful move that has been done. We've seen some great driver etiquette here. The guys have been racing side by side, and they've just been leaving just enough room. It's been beautiful.
Apart from, we won't say too much about the battle between Beans and Ford, but apart from that, yes, I agree with you 100%. Yeah, Ferrari, they're getting past Bags on the DRS, the start-finish straight, and he's going to want to hunt down BP now, and who is also hunting down Zach, and the gap a little bit further up the road, a little bit higher, so, but I think BP's got good pace here. But yeah, some absolutely fantastic, great clean overtakes around Singapore, which you absolutely love to see, because it is a hard track. The walls are close together. It's easy to get messy, and then Wombat seems to have huge overspeed on Karma there. What? That was strange. Karma's on that fresh tyre, and he's really out of energy. Used a lot on the defending for the lead earlier on, and maybe just hasn't regenerated too much in the pit lane for him.
Yeah, a bit interesting there. Yeah, that overspeed was crazy. Initial thoughts were, did Karma lift and maybe try and let him through, or I don't know.
Either way, the Aston Martin's together on the track again.
Yep.
P7, P8. Another solid positioning for them at the moment, as Zach defending from BP there. And this is going to be one to watch now, because feisty battles, that's what we like to see.
always.
It's interesting watching usage of curbs too. Some drivers opting to use certain curbs and some avoiding other curbs, depending on how the cars are set up. Jack's there picking up a penalty there. We'll have a little look at the penalties, the lay of the land of the penalties in a moment, but BP very low on his energy, so it's going to make the overtake a little. So is Zach, so much of a muchness there, but the Ferrari's caught right up to the back. Do you get the feeling that Zach's holding them up a little bit?
Yeah, possibly. I think BP didn't look as comfortable sitting behind Zach there. I think BP has definitely got more pace than that, and it's pretty evident with Ferrari catching up as well.
Team orders down at Aston Martin might want back through Bags. Bags on that, of course, on that old 20 lap medium tyre. So no pace currently for Bags compared to the guys in the fresh here. I wonder how long he's going to stay on that tyre. He's got overtaken again by Karma already, really dropping back. I'm surprised he didn't try and hold him up for his teammate, but yeah, I wonder how long he's going to hold on to that medium tyre for. I think they're kind of hoping there's going to be another safety car at some point, some of the guys on the field.
I mean, yeah, there's always that potential that there's going to be another safety car, so you may as well hold out as long as you can. But yeah, those tyres looking like they're really struggling now, so it might be time for the box.
Yeah, what I was going to say as well, I think maybe some of the guys are hoping for that signature 10 laps to the end endurance safety car that we have, as a bit of fatigue creeps in amongst the drivers. I mean, if this is going to be a track for making a mistake, well, it's going to be this one. Very, very easy to do. So I think some of them are sort of banking on that late safety car, as you mentioned before, with Marco and Carmen not having run a option tyre. It's Ford, they're getting through Drax on the straight. It's on those old 30 lap old medium tyres as Drax. Also Ferrari Pro missed that one on Zach getting through. Yeah, I think there was a bit of pace difference between the two, because it's now 1.5 seconds off the back of BP Ferrari Pro. Bags just bleeding positions at this moment on that old tyre, not providing you with the grip comparatively with the other guys. So yeah, I think a couple of guys in that sort of praying for a safety car. Plevs, we haven't talked about Plevs for a while. He's in no man's land at the minute.
Yeah, had that incident, had a bit of front wing damage, pit for those hards, and just hasn't been able to get those hards to work. We've had a bit of a trend happening here in endurance with just hard tyres just being a bad pair of tyres to put on, and that they just something that should never do. That's a summer car out. No, sorry. I forgot how we were pronouncing Lakito having a spin and no front wing again, unfortunately.
Well, it is his debut here, and he's what a track to debut on as well. Let's talk about him. I know he's not having a... Oh, there's a Drax in the pits promoting BP up, and look at that, Mercedes 1 and 2 at the moment. Of course, Pedro still has to pit anyways. But let's talk about Lakito, right? This is his debut, and he was probably thinking, oh, it's, you know, this is going to be an exciting potential track, because we didn't know until a few days ago what track we were going to be at. And he's like, this is going to be a great way to debut. And then he gets slammed with Singapore and having an unfortunate time around here. But you know what? Oh no! Yeah, I saw that coming from a mile off, missing that that corner. But props to him. He's down quite a ways off everyone, but he is sticking in there. He is persevering, and that is the name of the game around endurance: perseverance and consistency. I think are two key words around here. And he's having a tough old time, but it's good experience. It's good experience, and off he goes. None of this pit and quit shenanigans. No. We hate to see that.
Yeah, mad respect to him. No pit and quit at all, and he's just going in, setting some more laps. I'm wondering if he's running out of tyres though. He's put on.
Whoa. Yeah, I think he failed to get the grip down on the hard tyre. You know how you were just saying before about hard tyre not being one to put on? Yes, we around here do not like the hard tyre in the endurance combox, and for good reason. We've seen many fatalities from hard tyre safety car restarts, hard tyre warm-ups around here, but hopefully that does not happen to Lakido. Get those bad boys up to temperature and off you go.
Yeah, as I was saying though, he's definitely running out of tyres. He just put on used hards, so a bit of a struggle at the moment for him with that.
Clunky Boy in the chat, he has made it. He had work well making the bread. Yeah, I wonder if you mean literal bread or just as a term for safety car. No, I knew.
It's the hard tyre.
I just what was I just saying? That's why I stayed on board with him. I was like, gonna keep an eye on Lakido. Please don't do anything silly on the hard tyre and the hard tyre curse. Don't even think about it, chat. There was not commentator's curse there. It's the hard tyre curse. The hard tyre curse catching out our debutant Lakido. If you ever listen back to this Lakido, you'll hear this spiel about the hard tyre, and we're gonna be advocates for never putting it on ever again.
Yep. I don't know, man. It's just the hard tyres, just a shocking pair of tyres, isn't it? I've seen it.
Just yeah. I don't know what it is. It's just not the one yet. Not enough. Yeah, that's it. So we're down another driver. 14 left in this. That's so unfortunate for him. You know, we were just commending him for his keeping it in there, and that's a safety car. And some of those guys were hoping for a safety cars, and who was the one that really needed that safety car? Mr. Alex who was in P1. Obviously, he's going to drop a position or two, but he is still in a great position. You know, he started right at the back down there from qualifying, going to lose the positions, but now he's up in the thick of it on that soft tyre. 20 laps though on the soft tyre?
Bit of a stretch, but I reckon he can do it.
Me too.
Or yeah, but he's got to push pretty hard though on those. As we see a bunch more come in, I'm assuming they're all planning on putting on mediums? What's this?
Well, yeah, it depends. Like, some might risk the medium, some might risk the soft. It's a bit of a stretch for the softs. People seem to have done well taking the softs quite far, but the mediums, of course, if you have mediums, which I don't think many people will, the mediums are going to be the safe, easy way to make it to the end.
Yeah, so interesting thing, front wing change for Plebs there. He must have had some damage on those hearts, so and decided not to pit. No use. Got that changed. Same with Big Izzled. Also got that changed.
Yeah, let's there's something I want to mention about Plebs. Of course, those that have been tuning in throughout this season, everyone at home, have a listen to this. You know, that around here we've been doing the driver interview every week. We've been picking a driver, getting to know a little bit about them, having a chat with them, and getting their insights and how they race and all that. Well, I have an announcement for you guys. We are going to be having Mr. Race Spec, Mr. L Race Spec, El Capitano, El Presidente Plebs in the combox with us in the final race of the season. And whilst we've got a safety car, I'm going to bring up the races that we have here. We've got Mexico. We've got to get my dates right. Next week is the Melbourne Grand Prix, so we are not here. Unfortunately, I will not be around the weekend after that because I'll be away, and so unsure what's happening then. But then that leaves us 3 rounds with USA, Portugal, and El Presidente in Brazil. He will be joining us in Brazil for our driver interview, so make sure you tune into the finale, the last race of the season. Make sure you tune in because Plebs is going to be here with us. Get hyped, get excited, and we're going to be talking to him.
Yeah.
Not everyone all get excited at once in the chat, please.
I was going to say, just quick confirm with you. So you're away for the Australian Grand Prix, and then you're away the week after.
That's
correct?
But we're not
Alright.
racing next week because
not racing next week?
everybody in the world is going to be at the Melbourne Grand Prix, so there is no race next weekend. So if you're at home watching, going to get ready for this, what are you doing? You should be at the Melbourne Grand Prix or getting ready to watch that.
Yeah, so no race next week, nor the week after, because it's Easter.
Yes, spread the news, chat. Go forth into the world. Spread the news because El Presidente, El Race Spec, Mr. Race Spec will be with us in the combox for Brazil for the final race. And yes, I will not be there on. It's the Anzac long weekend, I believe. I'm on holiday, guys, so I am escaping. So I don't know what's happening. I'll see if we have a replacement for that weekend, or we may have no commentary. We'll see. We'll see. I'll find out. But looking after you guys, yes. Spread the words, flutter around, spread the news far and wide, and yeah, that's going to be exciting. I'm keen to talk to the guy.
Yeah, you got a list of questions for him already?
No, I haven't. I usually do my prep in the week leading up to it. I find who's going to be our next interviewee, and I get the details off them, have a little pre-chat with them, talk about what we're going to talk about, make some notes because I'm very organised, and then and then off we go. So if that's actually one. If you have any questions for El Captain, El Race Spec, El Presidente, Mr. Race Spec, put them in the chat because I'll remind you guys in the leading weeks too that we'll be just in case different people tune in that we'll be chatting to him. So if you've got any questions that you want to ask our glorious leader, fire away, chat. I'll take them down and I'll take suggestions. Let's go back to the race and pay attention to what is going on here because just in terms of tyres, let's wrap our heads around the choices. That's your Q10.
Oh, yeah, I'm just flicking through it, changing it on my screen so I can see. So I was just going to mention, alright, Pato in. We saw him put on those fresh softs, so he is in a optimal position there to carve his way through those guys in front. Then we had everyone else pretty much pit, including Mighty Wombat. Mighty Wombat did pit, but he put on used medium, so he doesn't have a fresh set, and decided that the mediums were the better choice. And then you had everyone else behind him, except for Silderfort, I believe, pitted as well, putting on some softs for Karma and Andre, and then Bags putting on the mediums, same as Plebs. So softs should be able to go to the end. Hopefully those boys can manage to go to the end on those and not have to do another pit, which would be horrendously bad for them. But yeah, a couple guys on those mediums. Hopefully we can see Plebs carve his way through the grid and actually score some decent points.
Others to watch, of course, Alex there on that soft tyre, and also look at who's next to each other, Ford and BP back together again. I love watching these guys battle, both of them those medium tyres, very similar age, so this is going to be a good restart. I think I'm excited for this. And Clunky Boy, why are you racing when the Melbourne Grand Prix? It's going to be quali.
I know this. I can tell you. Ooh, what's that? Jays and Pato passing under the safety car. What happened there?
Don't know. He's missing a front wing. Alex is missing. What has happened there under the safety car? Drama. Oh my lordy. I'd love to hear what happened there. We missed that completely. I wasn't expecting anything to happen. And what have they done? It looks like he's gone into the back of Jay's or something. Oh dear. Has anybody picked up a penalty from that?
No penalties.
Strange. We'll have to hear back from what happened there. But either way, this we're going to get started. I'm sure he'll be coming straight into the pits. That's absolutely ruined his race. I mean, there's still time for more safety cars, but for now, that's going to set him back huge amounts. When is Ford going to take off? When is he going to get going? How hard will BP hustle? Ferrari Pro sitting in a good position there in P32, but all eyes to the front. When will this race get restarted? And there it goes. but yeah, just having to lift a little bit around the penultimate corner is BP, and I'm sure that other Mercedes there straight into the pit lane for fresh wing. The top three seem to have pulled away a little bit from P4 and P5 there, the gap opening a tiny bit, but BP hustling the back of the Mercedes on the restart. Otherwise, we've got Bags also right on the back of Karma, not having a great start. We've seen that happen a few times now. Karma not having great restarts, just can't get just the tyre preparation maybe not right.
Yeah, Plev's made a move on Andre there as well on those fresh mediums with the softs. Hopefully he can make his way past these boys real quick as they're battling pretty hard.
And they're battling with each other there. A bit of a lock-up there from Bags, sending him a little bit wide, offline. Not really what you want around this section there. Plev's right up the back of him through here, but it's going to be tricky to find a way through in this section. Has a look, but no, pulls back in. And we're going to now be going over the bridge section here. Very close together, these cars. Keep it clean, keep it tight. And some great camera angles coming through here as, yeah, Bags still holding onto that. But Karma dropped off the back of Mighty Wombat there. The lead unchanged there. The gaps very close but unchanged, so we're just going to keep our eyes focused on this battle here as yeah, what's going on? Karma on those, you'd think the soft tires would have some good speed on this restart of the mediums.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's just trying to save him a bit or something, but yeah, I figured we'd see him really push and start carving his way through.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll fire up in the next coming lap or two, and but no DRS as of yet, of course. That's got to wait. Whoa, Karma's gone wide. He's really struggling for grip on the softs. No idea what's going on here, but yeah, I think he's going to be it's going to be a bit of trouble town now coming, especially if when the DRS gets re-enabled. Struggling to keep these guys behind him. Bags very close to the back of the McLaren there. Doesn't, yeah, what's his exit like? Is decent there. Lots of energy being used. I think Karma has decent straight line, so Bags is really struggling to get, yeah, I think that bit of wing dialed out of that McLaren there to help down the straights compared to maybe some of the other guys there. Andre looking at Plevs, but it gets totally offline, and now Silderfall's having a look at him in return.
Yeah, BP sitting right behind Ford. Same with Ferrari Pro sitting right behind BP. They're staying nice and tight. By the looks, just waiting for that DRS to activate, and then we might see some position changes up there for the lead.
Yeah, I'm sure Alex is going to be praying for some kind of incident between somebody on track so he can have another safety car and close him back up to the back, because he's 20 seconds off this off the group of cars. They're all close together. Penalties at this stage look like they're going to be a huge factor in the decision at the end of this race too.
Yeah, definitely. As we have seen, there have been a lot of safety cars, and the group is still super tight. It took a while for the group actually spread out last time, and they didn't even get all that far. So penalties are a death sentence around here at the moment.
We go, DRS enabled this lap. And how the energy levels, they've got heaps of energy. I think they've just been patient. I think they've been sitting here and they've been waiting for the DRS to get enabled, and now the attacks will be launched. Coming now onto the main overtaking part of the track, this longest straight on this circuit. BP is going to have a look. He's got a good run here. Lots of energy being deployed. Tucks in the slipstream. Ford going defensive on the inside. BP's almost through. It's going to be side by side through here. Just enough space left through, and that corner there outside turns into the inside. Smart racing, and he is through. Takes their P1 off of Ford. I'm sure Ford is going to have an answer for that. What else is going on further down the pack? Not too much, I don't think, but these guys going to continue to battle throughout this lap there.
Yeah, Ford having a bit of a tank slapper after that move BP made. Luckily caught it pretty well and doesn't seem to have any damage.
You missed. We had a huge discussion about the America races, Clunky Boy, earlier. Unfortunately, you missed that. We were chit-chatting about the American tracks and such. But interesting is probably the right word.
Yeah, definitely.
as a summary from that. Karma there picking up another penalty. Not many drivers now without penalties. They're going to be in the money, I think, at the end of this, those without penalties.
Yeah, for sure. I think Ford's sitting in great position to Ferrari Pro, but Bags and Plebs, no penalties there. They're still really close to the guys in front. We've all got 3 seconds at least. Yeah, they've all got 3, so they will be jumping right up the grid there.
Yeah, there's the penalties where you can have a quick squeeze and see. It's only 3 seconds, which is it's a pretty good job considering the length of this race with only 3 penalties. I mean, 1 penalty with 3 seconds for most of the guys there, so they've done a good job with that. Sometimes you see those crazy 9 seconds, 12 seconds, 15, depending on the circuit. But it looks like the status quo has been kept this lap between most of the drivers. Plebs looking for a move on the Aston Martin ahead. Those guys together on the track, 7th and 8th. That will be a good finish for them in the championship battle between Alpha Tauri, who Andre and Heisen Heisen's not even in the race technically because he is DC'd. AI keeping his car in the race, and yeah, it's going to be good points for them in the constructors. They're both sitting on 140 points each. So this will be a strong finish for them. I think Alpine and Mercedes just a little bit too far ahead for the Aston Martins.
Yeah, I think it's about time for a race time update. We are currently sitting at an hour and a half into this race, so it's not too bad. I think we'll make it to the end before the 2-hour time limit.
Yes, it looks like it with 15 laps to go now. I just missed that there. Pleb's getting past Bags. Bags seems to be very unlucky where he gets overtaken at the moment. He seems to be getting overtaken in all the unconventional places, which is a real shame for him. But Pleb's there up into P8, so good position improvement for him. Can Silderford, I'm just looking at him. He was very close on the back of Andre, and Andre on the soft tires. And the soft tire just does not seem to be working.
Yeah. Are you getting a timing glitch as
Yeah,
well?
timing glitch.
Yep.
Silderford pulls through under the DRS. Pretty straightforward maneuver there. Some huge timing glitches happening. Was there any rain this race? Racing. Was there any racing? There's been heaps of racing, Matt. There's been some great overtakes. I got some great clips. You should have seen the battles between Ford and Rip the Beans, who is DNF'd, unfortunately, because of the little scrap they had. Wow, that got very feisty, very aggressive, and they were jockeying with each other on the safety car too. It was very interesting. Some absolutely glorious, clean overtakes up and down the field. Late move there, late move from Drax, and he just into the side of was that his teammate as well?
I'm not too sure. We'll have to watch the replay.
And very late move there anyway, and into the side of him on the inside, unfortunately, and it's dropped him down. Plebs right on the back of the other Aston Martin, looking for Ford there, picking up a penalty. That's crucial, that's important, that's not what he needs. Ferrari Pro is seeing that, and he is going to be in the hunt now for a, well, could be a race win, but we won't speak too soon. Plebs looking at the 2 cars ahead of him, the Williams of Jays and the Wombat. If it was the Williams that Drax tagged, it looked like the side pod. So hopefully Jays what is going on with his timing glitches? Hopefully Jays has not taken any side pod damage. He's looking very slow on the straight. Plebs down the inside. Sort of just keeps his nose in there, does the Williams of Jays, but concedes that position there as struggles to get on the power in the background. And Bags, as a consequence, Bags is now on the back of Jays, having a look down here. Oh, this is going to be risky down the inside. Bit of space left, not much space on the wall. And settle back into position there. Bit spicy, not a place you'd usually see an overtake, but having a go nonetheless. Gets very wide as we see a yellow flag. Who's that?
Ferrari, is it? Who is it?
I think it's Ferrari. My timing, no, there's something wrong with there's a timing glitch going on. Where's BP? At the bottom, I think there's a glitch.
Yeah.
Is he DC'd? He's ghosting in front. I'm unsure as to what's happening. We'll watch these, but oh, I think Ferrari Pro's got damage. Did you see him there trying to catch a? Something happened there. Something happened. Some sort of contact or something. It was a yellow flag. Missed that, but I'm going to just go back here because there's a hectic battle going on here. I think BP's caused some kind of crazy timing glitch. He's sitting in P14, which is not true. He's at the top there, but he's... Oh, no! Oh, Bag is just getting into the back of the Williams there of Jays. Jays, look at him, he's struggling. I think Bags is going to try and re-give that position back. Yes, very, very respectful racing there. He just made a little bit of mistake into that braking zone. Touched the back of that Williams and almost caused the Williams to spin out. Well held by the two of them. And concedes the position, gives it back to him. So great sportsmanship from the Aston Martin driver there.
Yeah, I don't think BP has DC'd as his car is way too fast for the AI, but yeah, he's definitely ghosted at the moment, so it's a bit interesting.
Well, Tristan there saying BP is still racing normally, just check his stream. Yeah, he might be racing on his side, but he might be DC'd from the host. That is what I'm concerned about, because on mine, he is ghosted. I don't know. But you're right, he's got pace, hasn't he, at the moment? So
yeah.
Something funky is happening. It could be on my side. It could be on my side. I'm not calling that out. It could be just my connection with him of some sorts. But hopefully that fixes itself out, because that would be kind of a shame to see any kind of great battle get lost because of some sort of connection issues. I'm just trying to take stock of what's happening here in the middle field of the pack. But potentially side pod damage for Jays. That's Drax gone around under the grandstand section. Missing an end plate, so he's going to be coming into the pits, no doubt. What's happening here, Battle? So I don't want to miss anything. Plebs, I think he's decent, says Roscoe. I think he's decent too. That would be my guess, so... why do I have a yellow flag on the part of the track where there's nobody? I think there's some horrible desync happening at the moment. As Plebs gets through into what my timing sheets is P3. But, yeah, we'll see. I won't call that yet. As there's other fights happening around the field. So the game thinks he's lapped, hence why he's ghosting. Yes, that's a good explanation. That could well be true. But Jays is really struggling here. It's hard to see if there's side pod damage, but I think he's picked up some kind of damage here. Struggling with the traction. He's late on the brakes there, I think, rather than any kind of car issues. Yeah, hard to tell, but I've been wanting to do this for a while. Let's cut back to what happened here with this replay of the move of Drax coming down the inside. It's a late move, and yeah, clumsy move there. It looked like tyre to tyre contact, actually, so maybe there isn't side pod damage. What do you reckon?
Yeah, no, just as you said, look like tyre to tyre damage. I think it's fine.
Is that on yours too? That he's
yes, I do have BP ghosted. Andre, going very slow. It looks like he's got front wing damage.
I think he has. It's a bit of a late move there, completely missing the pit line there, but we won't comment too much on that. Definitely with damage there. Bags right on the back of Jays. Jay's just looking unsteady at the moment. Something, I don't know if he's just been rocked by the damage that the double contact that he's had. What's this yellow flag? Andre is in the pit for a front wing. Yeah, Bags having a good look this time. Gets that clean overtake done on Jays. He's through up into P7. Other overtakes happening here. Fight between Wombat and Zach. Everyone getting down to the dregs of their energy usages here. Battling hard for those positions. I wonder what happened to Ferrari Pro. He sort of dropped off the pace, dropped off the back of the guys a little bit. I thought it was from a mistake or something.
It could have been that incident that we saw earlier. He may have made a mistake earlier. With that, there was a yellow flag and we had no idea where it was, but it was sitting around that front pack.
Yes. Onwards we go anyhows. Continue along the Aston Martin train. They're doing good, those guys there. good positions for them. Great positions for the Alpine boys, P3 and 4 currently. So that's going to be some great points for those guys. They're sitting 10 points behind the. You know what? Actually, I'm going to bring up the standings so you guys can visually see what I'm talking about. 10 points behind the Mercedes boys in the minute. Mercedes P1, of course, with the Ford currently provisional P1, and unfortunately Alex there sitting down in P10 from his contact under the safety car. I'd love to find out what happened with those guys, but yeah, some interesting championship battles going along now as we're heading into the sort of closing part of the season. Bring up those penalties for you as well, just to see the lay of the land. Pro needs to close that 3-second gap if he wants any chance here, and yeah, I hope. I think BP is going to keep that position. And even though ours is telling us he's a lap down, I think he's going to hold on to that position, which is good because I think he deserves that after the work that he's had to do today. And it's just kind of a shame because it's robbing us of a battle for the lead. I can't even see what the gap is, but you'd say it's less than a second currently.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen Ford continuously getting DRS. BP definitely going to have to put in a file protest in afterwards to try and get his win back.
Well, it looks like he's getting blue flag because the game thinks it's a lap down. He's going to start picking up some serious penalties from the game, I think, if it is actually giving it to him. This is really unfortunate for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's on his end. I think because when was it? It was
where the yellow flag currently is in that corner there, turn 14, end of sector 2. There was something happened there between the guys, and yes, it's down. Something happened between the guys. Pro, sort of lost off the back of those guys, and then there was a big glitch, and yeah, unsure exactly what it was, but that's the cause of that issue that we have at the moment. At least they can continue racing, and yeah, hopefully get those whatever if he has picked up penalties from that incident removed.
Yeah, definitely.
Wombat's had a good race here. As Jack's there setting the fastest lap, he must be on some fresh rubber. Yep, some tasty soft tyres, and the soft tyres just don't seem to have worked out for those guys that put them on. I have no idea why, because you would have thought it would be optimal at this stage of the race.
Yeah, the car's a bit lighter, so I would have thought the overheating issue might have just disappeared a bit, but I don't know, maybe they're just suffering more for it at this time, maybe.
Maybe, indeed. Lost my train of thought there. I was about to talk about something, but totally can't remember what it is. Either way, less than 10 laps to go in this 61 lap race. We're coming into the final closing stages. Running out of time for a late safety car just to really ruin everything for everyone. But or help some people out. Of course, you can look at it from that side. Quite a few safety cars in this race today. We've lost 6 drivers from various incidents throughout the evening. Mentani, my name is Jeff, both Alfa Romeos out of this race. Glorious Noodle, Rip the Beans, Twitch Liddy, and Lokito Yaya. Fortunately, that guy persevering and him falling afoul to the hard tyre curse as we see him move here from Wombat. Can he pull it off? It's going to be tricky because now Zach has got the inside, and Zach back through there into P4, holding on to that P4 position. But it's continuing down here. It's continuing. Wombat not giving up. Silderfort's just sitting in the background there as well. These guys fighting. It's going to pull him back into the game. What the penalty situation was. Silverfort got a few more penalties than the 2 guys in front. That's not ideal for him, but interesting indeed. Banana cake pie. Where have you been this whole? And why aren't you racing as well? Andre
start.
there.
Sorry.
No, you go on.
Just gonna say, just start harassing Banana Cake Pie when he finally rocks up.
Yeah, that's what we do around here. We harass and we banter away. That is how we roll. And yeah, good little just phantom yellow flags going on here. Keeps drawing my eye. Good little battle here between Karma, Drax, and Andre, all on that feisty, hot, quick, soft tire. Coming a good scrap down here for P10.
A move that you might want to quickly switch to is Plebs and Ferrari Pro as they're coming onto that back straight. And Plebs is right up the rear of him. He's going to get DRS.
It's been got those maths, please. 8-lap fresher medium tires, and I think that's going to be pretty straightforward from Plebs. Banana had a dinner, so it's an extremely rare DNS. Tut had a dinner. Oh, Banana not racing. I know. Yeah, we're all disappointed here in the chat and in the comment box. When a banana cake pie is more important than Formula One. What did you have? Pie for dinner, or did you have a cake, or did you just have a banana, or did you have a mixture of the three,
Or a Banana Cake Pie.
or did you have a pie cake, or a banana cake, or a banana cake? What do you think of banana cake? Is it good? I've never had a banana pie actually. Is that more banoffee pie?
Is that an actual thing?
Banoffee pie? Yeah. But a banana pie I don't think is a thing.
Yeah, because that sounds a bit weird.
I was actually thinking of chasing Banana Cake for one of our interviewees. So if Banana Cake's interested in the chat, we can maybe in a couple of weeks' time, he can be one of our interviewees in the last couple of races. And if he's keen about that, and then he can explain to us personally what the hell a banana cake pie is, because I'm sure everyone would love to hear what one of those is.
Yeah.
And how do you make it?
Yeah, and if he's going to the Australian Grand Prix, bring one with him to share.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, I mean, I told you all where we are, where we'll be situated. So, and here we go. Silderfort making move on Zach there, getting a not too great exit out of that section, and Silderfort up through into B5. Great job from the Red Bull driver. We know he's quick. We know he's got good pace. Is uh-oh, that's Andre. Andre's in a wall. Andre's in a wall. Whoa, what's happening here? Wait a second. A safety car, and BP stopped. BP 3 laps down, 2 laps down. What's going on here?
Yeah, well, he lost the position to Ford, so I guess they've put him another lap down, haven't they?
Oh god, no, this could be really bad now though, with all the other cars around him. This is a real shame. This is really frustrating. I hope. Yeah, that's not good. But guess what? It's our signature late safety car here in Endurance. You know, those people that know about this, this is the time to tune in. If you want some excitement on your Saturday evening, tune in right now around this time, because this is when we get our featured safety car right at the end of the race. Yeah, that's what happens, Banana Cake. That's what happens. It's a signature. It happens almost. I don't think we've had only one race, maybe 2 races, that this has not happened, where we have a safety car with like under 10 laps to go at the end, and it turns into a sprint race. And that's why you always know. It always happens, and you always know BP coming into the pits. Has Ford missed a trick there?
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be any good for BP though, with his lap down glitch and everything.
Plus the fact that the field is pretty close together.
Yeah.
Plus the fact that by the time we finish this safety car, it's going to be, the full 3 laps. There's barely going to be 8. Michael, get the safety car in and get these cars caught up, and so we can get back under racing.
Yeah, just a little time update for how long this race has been. It's at 1 hour and 45 minutes now, so I'm sure we'll see all the laps to conclusion.
Yeah, so just doing some quick maths in my head there, and Banana Cake still hasn't responded to my invite in the chat there, which I'm a bit disappointed by.
Yeah.
I'll just remind him that I've invited him to be one of our interviewees for one of the coming weeks. Are you interested? Banana Cake? Couple of cars in the pit lane here.
It doesn't have to be.
Sorry, go on.
Doesn't
Doesn't have to be a definite yes or no yet. Just are
Yeah,
you
we
interested?
just want to know because we want to know what a banana cake pie is.
Yeah, we want you, banana. Please
Yeah, and we
join
also
us.
want to give you a huge compliment, which we'll only give you if you come into the com box. We have a big
yeah.
compliment to give you, but if you don't do it, then we won't give it to you, basically.
Yeah, we'll just continue talking shit.
Yep, exactly that. Lots of soft ties going on. That is what is currently happening. This is going to be spicy here. These guys on these old medium tires may be struggling to get them fired back up. These guys on fresh soft tires, I'll think about it, might have to be for PPV. What the hell does PPV stand for? 10? Help me.
I have no clue.
I don't know what that means either. Elaborate. Yeah, lots of soft tires. They're going to be hot on the restart. Also, penalties. Let's take a stock of the penalties. Most of the guys have 3 seconds of penalties. Heisenberg's not in the race, don't forget that. I keep saying that. Plebs, the only one without penalties in this race so far. This is great for him. Unfortunately, Alex has got 9 seconds. Not ideal. And Silderfort 9 seconds. They're going to take a hard hit at the end of this race from the penalties. But you can pretty much negate all those 3-second penalties there. Plebs will be staking us up. Pay-per-view. Might have to be pay-per-view. Well.
We don't get paid anyway.
Well, I want to raise then if that happens.
Yeah.
And well, you think you're that special to get pay-per-view? Well, wow, that's big words coming from you, man. I'm sure there's plenty of other drivers who would want to get in there. I think there's only 2. I only have 2 spare spots left, I believe. So it's going to be a big competition. I'll put a shout out in the chat and see who I've got there. Who is interested? There might be a fight to the death for it. Maybe I'll have to do 3 lappers. And 3 lappers with simulation damage. Last standing wins.
Yeah.
But a reminder for all those guys that weren't here earlier, we're going to have Mr. Race Spec as our interviewee on the final race of this season. So absolutely make sure you tune in there for that race in Brazil at the end, because it's going to be exciting to hear what El Presidente has to say. And also, if you have any questions for him, please write those in the chat and I'll take a note of those. So riding on board with Plebs at the moment. There is the, I think the Mercedes just got to catch up to the back of the pack. Now, I've got a question. Where is BP?
BP is just behind Silderfort, so he's in between Silderfort and Zach.
Supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly. I think he's still a lap down though, isn't he, technically?
He's 7.5 minutes down, according to that's going to cause a problem. Oop, jeez, I wasn't expecting that. But yes, we're about to go racing. We're going to have 1, 2, 3 laps of racing. Those soft tire guys at the end there, they're going to be interesting. Plebs harassing the back of Ford on this restart. He's got 10 lap pressure mediums, definitely going to be looking. But of course, if he does not pick up a penalty, he's going to get this staying within 3 seconds. And the Ford is away. Pleb's not getting a fantastic restart. Ferrari Pro right on the back of him, and there's a couple of jockeying happening at the back there. BP's there ghosting. I think that's going to cause confusion between some of the drivers at the back there. Hopefully there'll be no incidents, and they all get through cleanly by the looks of it, even with that ghosted car of BP there. And yeah, settling into a race, couple of side by side here. Karma and Drax through on Karma. Once again, struggling on the restart. There's a sideways car around there. I don't know who that was. Is that BP? Confused I am. And I think it was. Is that correct?
Yeah, that was BP. So he was ghosting and ghosted through Silderfort and then got up behind Mighty Wombat and was still ghosted, touched, and then went to go through him, touched the back of him, spun out.
And then there's all kinds of shenanigans happening here in the middle of the pack, jockeying just a tenth apart, jockeying for positions, cars side by side here, people dropping positions. The lead has opened up at the front. They've kind of settled in. I think Priv's probably realised he doesn't need to fight too hard. There's a bit better going in here into turn 13. Very, very close, and they get through, I think, cleanly through that section, and off they go down this, no DRS, of course. I don't think we're going to get DRS re-enabled on this, so they're going to have to make some unaided overtakes here. It's going to make it very difficult. These cars very close together on this restart.
Yeah, we've seen it time and time again with all the other safety cars that they stayed very close to start off with.
I thought there was a clobber of a curb there, but it was actually a bit of lag once again.
Good old lag.
I think there's a bit of team orders there. Jay's conceding position into the pit. Yeah, he did have damage. Maybe the lag was actually real. That phantom yellow flag happening there where BP had his off, I think. So, yeah, it's a bit confusing, bit off-putting. For real, though, message me during the week for the interviews thing you're planning, and we'll see. Love heart. We love to hear that. Banana cake pie. That is what we want to see. We're excited for that too. And last lap we'll have DRS. Yes, I think that was a miscalculation on my behalf in terms of the DRS, so it's going to be all down to the end. But Zach having a look at Ferrari down the inside. Very late move there. Makes contact. Pushes Ferrari Pro off the track. He's going to have the inside his Ferrari. They're still fighting. I think... oh no, the Ferrari! It's gone round! Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. And that is an absolute disaster for Ferrari Pro. I'm sure the stewards are going to be looking at that one there, because that is a late lap drama for Ferrari Pro. Completely out of position now, probably with damage too. We'll take a look at that replay in just a moment, but we'll keep an eye on the rest of this battle here. Drax and Silverfort very close together on track. Two Alpines now into the podium spots, and bit of controversy. I think that might happen there with the stewards room at the end. And Drax having a look at Silverfort on the outside. Silverfort relinquishing the position there. Drax up again. Lots of position changes here happening. Karma also on the back, couple of tenths behind. Ferrari Pro getting past Bags there. Maybe doesn't have damage. Plebs has this in the bag. Buster says, I agree. I believe Plebs also has this in the bag. As long as there's no penalties picked up by him. Ford not managing to pull that 3-second gap at this current stage there.
Alright, so Ferrari Pro doesn't look like he has any damage. Bags got caught up in Ferrari's spin, spun as well, lost his front wing. He is not looking good.
What's happened here? There's been a bit of a position change at the front there between Zach and Plebs there. I wonder if that was planned or not, but no position change here. I'm looking at Marco to see if he can make any kind of headway in this three-way. I think he's going to be stuck in a DRS train, trying to break the toe of these guys. It's going to be a final lap. The move has to be done here. I'm going to change out to the front. I'm going to miss that. I knew that was going to happen. I missed that at the front there. Ford defending, trying to... I think Plebs let Zach through because they got up penalties to try and make a move in the final lap, but consequently missed any action that's happened further down. But I'm going to stay on board with this because it's 1.5 tenths between these two drivers. He's going to be all fight here. Zach got to make this move. I think, yes, that was planned. Let him through, did Plebs, and to try and get the on-track position because they both got 3 seconds of penalty. It's going to be all into the final section here. What's the energy like? Ford has got plenty. He's going to need a decent run here on the medium tyres, not offering the grip that he needs. Zach has gone through on the inside. Where's the Mercedes? Oh no, it's conceded. That's Ford dropping a position down into P2. That's going to demote him down to the bottom step of the podium, I think, unless he can do anything, but it's going to be very difficult to make an overtake here in the final closing stages of this lap. There's just no way through unless a mistake is made, and I think that's going to cement his P2 there for Zach.
Yeah, Pato also making that move on Silverfort in the same spot.
And we're going to come across the line here. Zach gets through there, and the penalty is going to stand there. Plebs is going to promote it to P1. Excellent teamwork by the Alpine boys to take 1 and 2 at the end there. That was a fantastic teamwork there at the end.
Yeah, beautifully done there, and a beautiful overtake made on him in those closing moments. Very tricky to find an opportunity to do that, and he did it very well.
Yeah, P4 there for Mighty Wombat. Great finish for the Aston Martin just off the podium. Drax there, P5. Karma, P6. Good finish for him. There's yellow. What's happening?
I think that's because of BP.
Yeah, that's BP probably screwing something up there. But P7 for Ferrari Pro, so it's not all the end of the world for him, but definitely not where he wanted to finish. Let's take a look at that replay, guys. Don't go anywhere. Let's take a look at this replay. What happened here between these two guys here? Zach making a very late move. And, I think that was actually not as bad as it first looked. And there, but yeah, getting around here. I don't think that was really anybody's fault there. Just a little bit of contact model causing the Ferrari to go around. I think this race is going to go on for a very long time because BP is 5 laps down according to our timing screen. So let's just take another look at that replay. Let's have an in-depth look at this. He didn't leave him a car's room of space on the outside, if we're going to be nitpicking about anything, but I don't think that was Zach's fault that the Ferrari went round there.
Yeah, I'm wondering whether it may have been a little bit different on Ferrari's screen. We could have seen a bit of desync there as well, as we've got some major desync with BP. There's probably some other little bits of desync as well.
Well, I don't know if we'll ever get out of this section, so we will go through the order at this current stage for you guys. There, Plebs, P1 with Zach in P2. What an excellent strategy move by the Alpine boys at the end. It was fantastic as we see some of the boys trying to crash and bring out... Is that a safety car coming out? What?
Is that?
Yeah, there's a safety car coming out. Ay, caramba. Mighty Wombat, great. Yeah, there it is there. What the hell is going on? Mighty Wombat P4, great finish from the Aston Martin boys there. And unfortunately, because Andre DNF, there's going to be a big hit for the AlphaTauri Aston Martin battle. I'll bring up those standings for you once again.
Okay. We just got Alex Pato, 20-second time penalty, ignoring yellow flag, glitch.
Yeah, well, the race is already... yeah, it's going to confuse my standings now, isn't it?
Yep.
And Drax at P5, Karma P6, Ferrari Pro P7. I think Alex was just behind Ferrari Pro before that happened. Silderfort, Heisenberg was under AI, so he's, I think, out of contention. Alex there was a bit higher, and then Jay's in P11 and Bags in P12. Oh, but then BP, but BP had that spin, didn't he? So I think he was out of contention too. So that's the order here. Time remaining is stuck on 1 second. I think we're absolutely... The AI BP goes for a pit stop. Yeah, no, he's... I think we're stuck in this session, but anyways, I'll bring up the tracks there for you guys, and you guys in the coming weeks have a think of some questions you want to ask towards Mr. Race Spec for our final interview in Brazil. But we're not here next week because we are at the Melbourne GP IRL, so it'd be great to see as many faces as we down there. Hopefully Banana Cake Pie has a banana cake pie for us to share and eat at the Melbourne Grand Prix. And then we got Mexico round 12 on the 23rd of April, USA after that at the end of April, and then Portugal and Brazil final races. And just another reminder, another plug, Plebs will be with us as an interviewee for that final race, so make sure you tune into that. I think that we're going to... Oh, no. Looks like the session has ended, so I will go through the final runnings at the final screen for you guys because we've been patient and persevered to the end. I wonder if that's pushed the race time up slightly.
Yeah, probably.
At least we'll be able to see our podium boys, the Alpines 1 and 2, Plebs and Zach. I just got to commend those guys on that absolutely epic strategy call there at the end to switch positions and let Zach go for that fight, and he did a great job there. Ford there taking P3. It's going to damage his championship lead a little bit. It'll take a little bit of a hit, but I think he'll still have the lead at the moment with 4 races left in this season. And let's just wait for this to load in, and we'll give you the rest of the rundown of the order. Obviously, we've got to ignore some of those penalties there. For example, from GeForce Pato. Heisenberg, who is under AI, so they're not going to be there. But we've got Plebs P1, Zach P2, Ford P3, Mighty Wombat, Drax, Karma, Ferrari Pro, Silderfort, Heisenberg, Alex, Jays, Bags, and BP as finishers. And then everybody else, why does it say Andre still in it? I'm sure he DNF'd. Lakita Yaya, Twitch Liddy, Rit the Beans, Glorious Noodle, my name is Jeff, and Ventani, who was our interviewee of the weekend. So thanks once again for him for doing that with us. Thanks for all you guys for watching and keeping us entertained in the chat. Hope you enjoyed it. And of course, the biggest thanks to Tent Sandals for joining me in the combox.
Yeah, thanks for having me again. It was another long race. I think we equaled the time we had at Zandvoort as well. So 2 very long ones. Let's hope that Mexico's might also be a long one.
Sucker for punishment we are here. Alright, reminder, we're not here next week, so don't be tuning in next week. Be at the Melbourne Grand Prix instead. We'll see you there. Goodbye, everybody from us.